Hey!
Want me to
Hey.
Welcome back to Not Mundane
Yes.
Mountaineers.
Right.
We
Exactly.
are descending into Avernus while we're stuck at home, and we're just gonna go to hell. It's fine.
Yeah. Everything's going to hell already. We might as well too.
Yeah, might as well join us.
Yeah, exactly. Come escape reality.
Yeah, just so you're in terms of this like setup that we got going, maps up here, DM's way over there, and then I got our in-character names, not our out-of-character names, underneath our pictures, just in case you get confused. There's only 3 of us playing, but maybe you'll still get confused. We'll figure it out. We also have announcements.
So all month long, because it's Pride Month and we're taking pride in Black Lives Matter right now.
Which is June.
Oh, nice play on words there.
Right? No. Well, if you look historically at the history of Pride Month, it actually started with a protest that was led by an African-American trans woman. So there's absolutely no reason to give credit to Black people during this month, especially. All the time. But so for this month, all of the GearGaming365.com sales online, we are going to take half of all those sales and make a donation at the end of the month to the Black Lives Matter organization.
And then just
to show our support.
What do we have online right now?
We have,
oh my gosh, we have so many
face
things.
masks, jewelry, purses. I'm contemplating adding the seasonal stuff, which would be stockings and scarves.
Oh, early.
I mean,
Christmas in June. It's fine.
People want to spend money right now because we're stuck at home. So, and honestly, anything and everything I can put on there so we can raise more money. The goal is $1,000.
Help us reach our goal.
Help us reach our goal.
This would be a great time to buy one of your purses of holding too.
Yes.
Like your
They're
DM bags.
amazing.
Definitely.
And we know there's a lot of DMs out there starting now. So if you wanted to like put all the stuff in one bag, the bags of holding really do hold all like a bunch of books, whatever you have for your DM screen. Like get ready to play in person again. Let's do it.
Yes.
I use it, and I am constantly surprised about how much more I can put in it.
Also, it looks like a super good diaper bag if anybody's like a nerdy mom.
It does have pockets, lots of pockets.
Hella pockets.
So we believe in pockets.
Outside pockets, inside pockets, dresses should all have pockets.
There is no extra dimensional space, but there are lots of pockets.
Yes.
I'd be surprised.
So, yeah, I know. But
a gaming laptop, D&D books, a Switch, cords for everything, and more space for everything.
So between like a sale on Saturday and all day today, we're at $55 that we've raised so far.
So far, yeah.
So for like the first day, I think that's a pretty good start. So we just want to keep rocking it.
5% there on the first day.
Right? Yeah. Might want to. We want to hopefully step it up a bit, but we will be grateful for anything and everything people do to support this little charity drive we're doing. So.
And then we have
doesn't have to be a big difference
everywhere.
Oh, we do.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we do.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Am I missing anything?
Yep.
No,
YouTube.
No.
Like and subscribe.
YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
Definitely YouTube. Yeah.
Twitch.
Yep. Twitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
we do have Twitch. Yeah.
Follow us on places, and I'm sure we'll keep you updated with our
all over the place.
Catching. Yeah.
So.
That's
what I had. Yep.
I'm
ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons because I'm ready to play.
Let's do it.
Right now, we're going to just cut to our intro. No, kidding. We don't have one. So we had decided to start Descent into Avernus. These 3 lovely ladies were available to play Descent into Avernus, and I've picked up the DM chair for a little while. Right this moment in time, I'm going to take a moment to introduce our players and our characters and whatever information they want to tell about you, but I'm going to give them, people at home, the basics. The basics include your name, your class, as well as your race. So, those 3 things. I do believe that Miss Grace over here is playing Sarlin Panthax. Panax.
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet. Okay, all right. A Triton Warlock. That is what Grace is playing.
And also,
We had
you can call me Sarah if Sarah Lynn is too hard. I don't mind.
Sarah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Miss Peyton, you are playing Cortana Redlocks. Cortana happens to be a Kalistar life cleric.
Yep.
Yay, clerics!
Yes.
Woo!
And the lovely Rachel, you, I do believe, are playing Robin with a Y in the name, not an
Yes.
I-N. The Protector Asmir Ranger.
Yep, not a bard.
Not a bard.
Changed our minds.
She played a bard. I got you guys set up here in the lower city of Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Your characters we discussed earlier are from Baldur's Gate. So those of you at home who are like me and some of our players and don't know a lot about Baldur's Gate, you're just going to have to trust me. We'll learn that as we go along. It's not that important right at this moment in time. What is important, though, is this big, huge, long paragraph that's in the book. You should totally see this. It's like...
So we're going to be sitting through the entire 3 hours listening to you read this?
Yep. This is pretty much it. Get ready for a monotone voice.
All right, I'm ready.
Here we go. I've been practicing this.
Great.
Welcome to Baldur's Gate, a veritable nest of rats and vipers clinging to the rocky slopes overlooking the Chintar River. From their high perches in the upper city, the local nobles, known as patiars, I cannot pronounce this, and everyone at home knows I can't pronounce things, gaze down with veiled contempt upon the common rabble in the grimy lower city, which hugs the foggy harbor. The whole of Baldur's Gate reeks of blood, crime, and opportunity. One can easily fathom why pirates and traders are drawn to this place like flies to a carcass. Following the river further east would eventually lead you to El Terrell, the capital of the Holy Land of Eltergard. Or at least that was the case until a few days ago. The flood of refugees from El Terrell has gotten worse since news first arrived that the city has fallen. Everyone is saying Baldur's Gate is next, but no one truly knows who or what claimed El Terrell. The Petiars pay a mercenary armor called the Flaming Fist to protect their interest in Baldur's Gate, and by extension, the city itself. The Flaming Fist has gained even more power since their charismatic leader, Older Ravengard, claimed the title of Grand Duke a few years ago. Apparently, Ravengard is missing. In his absence, the Flaming Fist has sealed the city's gates to staunch the flow of refugees. No one is allowed in or out. All of this was brought to your attention shortly after you were drafted by the Flaming Fist to help defend the city. Your orders are to speak to Captain Zodge at the Basilisk Gate, which pierces the city's eastern wall and takes its name from the various statues that rest in its niches and perch atop its battlements. Unseen beyond the sealed Basilisk Gate, a dirt road stretches through the outer city slums to the bridge known as Worm's Crossing, then to distant realms beyond. Dozens of Flaming Fist soldiers are trying to control an angry mob of commoners eager to leave the city. Armed with only a vague description of Captain Zodge, a tall man with long black hair and a leather eye patch, it takes you a while to find him. A fight breaks out between soldiers and commoners, and you finally spot the one-eyed captain as he wades into the fray and begins throwing punches. Just another day in the City of Blood. Ladies, you have been drafted.
I'm in a battle.
You are currently outside of the Basilisk Gate in Lower City. I've put you according on the map. The gate right here on your map is the Basilisk Gate. There is a team of people, we're talking several hundred people that have been pressed inside of this gate. The gates literally just closed a few seconds ago as Flaming Fist mercenaries came up to you guys, grabbed you, and said you are now conscripted. You are in the draft.
What do I know about the Flaming Fist?
What's that?
I think Cortana's in the Flaming Fist, right?
No.
Oh, okay. What do we know about the Flaming Fist?
Despise the Flaming Fist.
The Flaming Fist is...
Yes, they're not
No.
good.
So the Flaming Fist is a group of mercenaries. So essentially, they look after the city's interest.
Okay.
By the city's interest, that means the high-class nobles that live in Upper City who pay the Flaming Fist. The high-class nobles that run this city are 95% criminals.
Okay. Criminals
So,
are in charge?
criminals are in charge.
Corrupt.
Corrupt criminals, corrupt organizations are in charge in this particular city. And the Flaming Fist have essentially just waded into this crowd of about 50 to 100 people waylaying not armed citizens. No one is armed. You guys look around, and you three ladies are like the only people besides the Flaming Fist soldiers that are armed.
This is a little relevant right now here, William.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
Sure does. So if I understand correctly, we're basically taking part of the battle whether we like it or not. Is that?
Well, you have been drafted by the Flaming Fist, and your orders are to go find Captain Zodge.
It's the only order, not to take
Correct.
down the populace
No.
or beat up anybody. But we saw him
No.
go into the crowd. We are not near him right now.
You took a while to find him because you were only given a vague description of him. So in the throng of people during all of the pushing and shoving, it takes you a while to track down Captain Zodge. It also does potentially give you, as a party, the option to not seek him out right away.
Okay.
But there's a kind of a minor brawl going on, like scuffle.
Right this minute in time, do a perception check.
Yes, first roll of the campaign.
Woo!
Perception.
No pressure. Yes.
Okay, so Peyton, your character is used to this kind of outcome in this particular city. You know that if you interfere with what the Flaming Fist is doing right this moment in time, more than likely you and your companions are going to get just brutalized and left in an alley somewhere. Unfortunately, this is day-to-day life here in this particular city. They aren't specifically targeting anyone. It just looks like they're doing the best they possibly can to control this crowd. Nobody seems to be able to take control of the situation right this moment in time. There's too much chaos going on. It doesn't feel like it's going to get out of hand. It's probably going to calm down, if anything. The Flaming Fists seem to have the insiders under control.
By under control, like a good under control, or like a
perfectly
we're gonna beat the
legal.
snot out of them under control.
Your definition of good, they have the people that they suspect caused the tension to rise in the crowd under control right this moment in time. There are a few people not moving in the street over there, probably about 12.
Oh no.
That aren't moving.
Correct.
They got beat up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do the Flaming Fist soldiers look to be like right over top of them, like they're gonna take them captive, or are they just not? They just kind of leave them alone at this point.
They might be dead.
Most of the crowd has actually moved away from where the bodies are laying. The Flaming Fist is just pushing them further into the city and kind of away from the gate itself. People are scattering at this point in time. None of the corpses are being bothered, though. You do see a couple of Flaming Fist soldiers arrive, about 5 of them, and one of them happens to be a man with a long, dark hair and a leather eye patch.
Oh, he's nearby now.
You're looking around, and you see him. Yes.
I don't know.
I'm Captain? That wasn't my voice, but it's going to happen.
Okay. So, Sarah, you say, Captain. He kind of turns and looks in your general direction. He's still about 75 feet away or so, down a little bit of an alley.
He might not have heard me.
He seems to be kind of it's a little bit quieter now. It's like the calm after a storm. Not very many people are talking right now. Most of the crowd has dispersed. He comes walking over towards you. He's standing tall with his 4 large flaming fist people behind him, each one of them bearing the badge of the flaming fist on their
Wow.
I'm not part of this.
He looks around at the site and he says, the refugee crisis has stoked fears that Baldur's Gate might suffer the same fate as El Terrell, of which nothing remains but a hole in the ground, apparently. Our Grand Duke, Older Ravengard, was visiting El Terrell on a diplomatic mission when the city was destroyed. Coincidence?
No.
I think not. The Knights of El Terrell call themselves Hell Riders. A few of them escaped the destruction, and we think that they're somehow to blame for El Terrell's downfall. What a bunch of self-righteous rabble-rousers. We're arresting them on sight. But that's left us short-handed to deal with another problem. For that, I need your help.
What's
Baldur's
the problem,
Gate has long been
sweetheart?
plagued.
Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I thought you paused.
I did. What were you gonna say?
I was like, "What's the problem, sweetheart?" Just
Oh.
figuring out voices.
Baldur's Gate, he kind of looks at you a little odd at first, and Baldur's Gate has been long plagued by followers of the Dead Three, the gods Bane, Baal, and Merkel. I thought we had wiped them out, but apparently not. Those purveyors of fear and death are taking advantage of the current crisis to commit murder sprees throughout the city. As my appointed deputies in this matter, you have license to kill these wretches on sight. Find their lair and wipe it out. Eliminate anyone who gets in your way, and don't worry about collateral damage. If you do what I say, I'll see that you each receive 200 gold pieces in addition to my gratitude, which is worth considerably far more.
Nope.
A few blocks from the Basilisk Gate is Elfsong Tavern. A spy named Tenaria hangs out there, gathering rumors for the guild. She owes me a favor, so tell her you work for me. Ask her what she knows about the Dead Three. And for the love of Baldurian, be nice. Tanara has dangerous friends.
What was her name? Can you spell it?
Yes. Tarina.
Hold on.
Tarina.
Tarina.
Cool. Got it.
You know me in pronouncing.
Yep, I know. That's why I never spell anything phonetically. Or I always spell everything phonetically for you.
It's all good.
Tarina.
The spellings
It's the
are weird.
Ohioan school district that I attended
I'm
as a
sorry
kid.
about that. Wasn't me, but
I know.
Only if
Be
you went to
wildly
Mount
different
Vernon.
otherwise.
all my scribbles.
Yeah.
Do we know what she looks? Do you know what she looks like?
He's moved off at this point in time. Are you
Oh,
gonna
bye.
kind of? Yeah, okay.
No.
He seems to be taking charge of the situation over there. Peyton, do another perception check.
Cortana.
Cortana.
Yay.
Okay, we need to chill out so that way we save these for battle, please.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, right now they're kind of needed though.
I know.
Of Flaming Fist soldiers, this particular soldier himself has a little bit of a reputation, not necessarily a bad reputation. You know that he will accept bribes, as most Flaming Fist captains are wont to do. However, he has shown himself to be a level-headed man who treats others with respect, and he demands such respect in return. He is quick to take action to those that do not give that respect. That is the reputation this Captain Zaj has.
So he's still kind of corrupt, but less corrupt than the others.
Yes. Yeah. For the most part. The lesser of two evils, you might say.
Don't even start.
Yeah. But he seems to have a situation in control, and you feel like no one is going to die that doesn't push their luck, so to speak.
Looking over the people that were motionless, do they seem to still be motionless?
He
There's
used the word
four.
corpses.
There are 4
Okay.
corpses. Yes.
Okay. I missed the corpses word.
I know you're trying to
Yes.
heal people, but not these people.
Yeah.
There's no helping these particular people.
I'm not a necromancer.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of collateral damage. Like that's not a thing.
No, neither here.
Well, we can do our best to just not do that part.
Yeah.
Just kill
I
those
think
bad
we're
guys.
I think we're in agreement on that.
Do any of your question? So, Cortana, your particular character, being the background of an acolyte, would know that Bane is an evil god.
Baal is an evil god.
Baal is an evil god, and
Sure,
Merkel is an
Merkel is
evil god. Yeah, they're quite literally like the gods of death, murder, and terror.
Wasn't
So,
Merkel
yeah,
the last name of that guy that danced funny though?
Urkel.
Urkel. So
Urkel.
close.
Yeah, not
Sorry,
really.
death, something, and chaos. What did you say?
Death, murder, and chaos?
Murder and chaos.
Death and murder are
Wait, hold on.
complete.
So just for the record, we're second level characters gonna go take on 3 gods. Is that what
No.
I'm hearing?
The followers of these
Oh, we're
gods.
taking out followers. I thought we were taking out 3 gods, and I was just a little bit
Cultists!
concerned.
I mean,
Take
maybe.
Let's go
Eventually.
We don't know.
I know, but not a second level. I don't wanna.
I mean, are they
For
really
this.
gods? They're more of like
I don't even know how to
devil.
bane people yet.
Stinkins.
It's fine. Okay, we're ready.
Being from Baldur's Gate, do we know where the tavern is?
Yeah, in fact, there's a lot you know about the Elf Song Tavern. You know that the Elf Song Tavern gets its name from the occasional haunting melody that just emanates randomly. No one can predict what room it's going to come from, how long it's going to last,
Is it haunted?
or what verse of the song that it's going to be singing. Yeah, a tavern where a ethereal female voice comes out and occasionally sings.
But
it is actually
was she
Cousin
murdered
Fox.
there?
That part you're not sure of.
Ugh.
In all honesty, you could
What did you
roll
ask,
history,
Grace?
but it's kind of like
History. I'm
this
ready.
tavern has been here for so long, no one really knows where the
Great.
song came from.
12.
Well, yeah, no.
Mm.
Nope. Not at all.
Too bad we don't have a bard.
Yeah, no, too bad you don't have a bard. So Elf Song Tavern is actually, I'm going to ping it right on your map, guys.
Oh, not too far
I
away.
feel like a god with the size of my token.
Yeah, we should. Totally feel like a god the size of your token. What do you guys want to do? I mean, access to Baldur's Gate and all of its glorious decadence is yours for the taking.
Well, I guess we should make that our first stop if we can't go anywhere. I mean, there's nowhere else, other clues except for go talk to this person. What time of day is it?
It's right at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Things are starting to, shift into an evening, afternoon mode.
All right. Well, let's go find Tarina and get the information from her, and then we'll know, if we need to go around town and shop for anything, or. But I think finding out her information is going to help us know where to go from there.
What we need.
Yeah. Pretty much. To the elf song.
I already moved my thing there, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm just like, let's go.
All right. You guys are going to change screens and let me recenter you.
I need to zoom out for this. There's an orc in the way or something.
That's a big orc.
Actually, that seems to be a half ogre.
A half ogre? What's the other half?
What?
Are you going to ask him?
No, of course not. I would never.
Okay. So, the Elf Song Tavern is guarded by 2 bouncers, essentially. One of them, a half ogre by the name of Guna. And another one is an animated armor. on the inside
I think we're not
of
breaking in.
known as flank.
Flank? Flank?
Plank.
Plank?
Plank.
Flank.
Clank.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
This right here happens to be the front door of
Okay.
the establishment.
Bouncer at 1 o'clock. What the hell is happening with this place?
Okay, this is Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, most people don't even go out in the streets without some sort of protection.
Good thing I am protection.
Oh, Sarah.
Yes. Yes.
The question for you: when you last finished a long rest, did you perform the ritual with one of your weapons so that you could use charisma for your attack and damage bonus rather than strength or dexterity?
That's a great question. Of course I did.
Okay, which weapon would that have been?
Also a great question. I think it was my short sword is what I decided to use.
Okay. It could be any weapon, and then that particular weapon will always use your charisma for attacks and damage, rather than strength or dexterity.
You know, ironically, no, that's fine. We're good. Charisma plus charisma.
It can't be like a two-hand, right? Heavy weapons or no?
Actually, I think it can be.
I'm so glad that I
didn't think that was until you gained level 3.
Yeah, I'm only level 2. I don't think I saw... Oh, wait. When you attack with that weapon, you can use your charisma modifier for the attack and damage rolls. It lasts until I finish a long rest.
Yes, okay.
Hex warrior.
So it's one weapon that you are proficient with that lacks the two-handed property. Perfect. So your trident lacks the two-handed property, then you can still use this.
My trident can be one or two-handed, so it's short sword.
It is versatile. Right. It lacks the two-handed property.
Gotcha. Well,
so
it's
you can
the same as using my short sword, but I guess it makes more sense. Oops, I didn't use it, sorry. I'm not attacking this half orc or whatever.
Oh, roll initiative!
No.
Roll initiative!
So I will actually go with my trident because that feels more in character, even though it's literally the same.
Yeah.
But it's just if I use it one-handed, not two-handed. Is that what I'm hearing?
You can use it two-handed. It doesn't have it just can't be
charisma.
No, it just wouldn't it can't have the two-handed requirement. So it's versatile, so you can use it with two hands, but it can't be like a great axe, which is required to be used.
And I would get the charisma regardless on that.
Yeah, as long as the weapon fits that. At later levels, you can, I believe, if you pick the weapon, whatever, you can make it, or it's like a 5th level. You can upgrade it to be any weapon.
Well, we'll see if I make it that far.
Yeah. After attacking a half ogre bouncer,
I did not. I'm sorry. I just clicked the wrong button.
You guys have access. You have access to your tokens. The Elf Song Tavern is a 2-story establishment that you know about the particulars of. The only other thing that I have for you guys is I'm going to teach you a little bit of a game. I'm going to teach you the game that is a game within a game. This game is played throughout all of Baldur's Gate. It's the game called Baldur's Bones.
Great, I'm ready.
Okay, so Baldur's Bones is a popular dice game in the taverns of Baldur's Gate. Each player requires several 6-sided dice, and the rules are as follows. Each player puts the agreed ante in the pot. Each player rolls 3 dice. Play then proceeds clockwise around the table, with the host of the game going last. On their turn, a player can choose to stand or roll. If a player stands, the next player can take a turn. A player who rolls takes an additional die and rolls it. If the total of their dice exceeds 21, they bust and are out of the game. Otherwise, they can keep rolling 1 additional dice until they either stand or break. After everyone has had a turn, the highest point total, excluding players who busted, wins the game and takes the pot.
Great.
So it's blackjack with dice.
This is literally a game I've played in class. I think it's called Pig.
In this particular game, it's called Baldur's Bones.
I'm ready.
Okay.
It can be Pig Bones.
Wait, are we playing this now?
No, it's just you know that this game happens in almost every tavern and across all of Baldur's Gate.
So we're just being prepared for anything.
I'm teaching you how to play the game. Should you wish to socially interact in a tavern, this is one of the ways in which Baldurians are going to interact with you. So, all right. There's the front door. You have your bodyguard out front who's just kind of staring at you guys as you've been standing out front, eyeing him.
Hey.
Who there?
I don't know.
I thought you weren't playing a bard.
Apparently I am. I don't know what I'm doing.
Who was that? You or Rachel said, "Hey, handsome"?
I did, but okay. So in my
that was not me.
ideals, it says everyone wants things. I'm just better at getting them, and my way of getting people to do what I want is to make them think it's their idea. And for some reason, that just sounds like flirting with everything to me. So I'm just gonna try it. We'll just see what happens.
He literally burped when you said, "Hey, handsome, how's it going?" He just burped. He's sitting there picking his teeth with a dagger.
What a hottie. All right, guess we're can we go in? Is he blocking the door? Like, do I feel
No, he's
like
not blocking.
Okay.
No, I mean, as you get closer, he kind of leans in your general direction.
Okay. Does he smell bad?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just have
pretty-
to get
pretty-
the full experience.
Pretty raunchy. As you go to enter the door, he puts his arm kind of across the door right in front of you, sir. Where are you going?
Excuse me, and I'll try to duck under him.
Don't you want to buy Snuka a beer? He smacks you on the butt as you go by.
Oh no. I would punch him, but I'm being nice.
And he just kind of walks around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me reveal the inside of the tavern to
Dun,
you.
dun, dun. Are there just walls and stuff on the edges of that?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Jeez.
I don't know what you're doing over there.
We're so
I'm revealing
excited.
areas.
She's not used to having to wait for people to reveal the map.
I know, yeah. She can see the whole map. All right, so as you walk into the Elf Song Tavern, you guys can feel free to move your tokens directly inside the door. You see the animated armor known as Clank right there to your left, as well as a couple of commoners. And then back in each one of these things is a recessed alcove where you know there could be a private table. This one, the curtain is drawn, and no one is currently in that one. All of these are the same. These ones might contain people because they have curtains drawn across them.
Okay.
There's a loud din of people in there. You see each table is playing pretty much Baldur's Bones, except for the table here in front of you, just two people drinking. There is a barkeep.
Now here's the thing. We don't know what this girl looks like.
Not at all.
Us. Does anybody look like a spy?
Do a perception check.
Great. Nope. That's my natural one of the day. That's a 4.
Awesome.
As I see you having trouble, I'll be like, maybe we should just go ask the bartender.
I guess.
As Sarah, you look around the room, you see one of the people sitting at this particular table. This one is actually a gentleman, and he seems to have no eyebrows.
Ooh, interesting. Does he also have no hair?
He looks pretty drunk right this moment in time, but no, he has hair.
I'll say that does not answer my question, but then you did. We're good.
Yeah. Then over here in this particular corner, you see a halfling twirling a coin between her fingers. She eyes you and then seems to go back to her drink.
Okay.
We should take caution in here.
You guys, we need to come up with like code words for things.
Did you say that right there?
No.
Because Snuka's going to laugh if you say
I was not in character voice, William.
Oh, I'm sorry. Character voice. I thought you were still determining character voice, Grace.
I think I'm going with Southern Belle Flirt.
Okay.
And I'll in your head, you'll hear who needs code words when we can
I didn't
just
say it out loud
speak.
though.
Oh,
That was out of character.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
I guess we're talking to the barkeep.
Move across and talk to the barkeep.
Well, everybody's walking on my token, so. Oh, who's that?
It's a young man that seems to be returning to the bar, picking up more drinks, and then taking them back out. Like
that's fine. It's not suspicious at all.
A waiter or some sort. There is a human female behind the bar.
Okay.
She looks up at you and, hi.
hello.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hi. What can I do for you?
What do you have on tap?
Well, we've got a little bit of ale from Mithranor, and as well, we've got a few casks of some rum from the Sword Sea, as well as the Everquist wine that is 10 gold a bottle, though.
What timeline is this? How recently was the fall of Mithranor?
Oh, hundreds, a couple centuries ago at least.
Huh. Didn't realize there was still wine.
You know that it's just the name of a dwarven ale. It's like Farmstrong.
Okay, so it's not like they went there and raided it and found some wine that was thousands of years old, or beer or whatever. Okay, great. That was just mildly concerning.
What was the second option? Sword. What was the
Sword Coast rum?
I want Sword Coast rum.
How much is it for some of the rum?
Well, that's 2 silver pieces for a mug.
For a mug?
I'm gonna just slap down 2 silver pieces and say, I want one of those, please.
She pulls out copper mugs and this glass jar that seems to be kind of frosted.
Okay.
Before she gets the grabs the 2 silver, I'll pull out a gold piece and just flip it to her and say, "This is for her, me, and I'll buy one for my other companion." And I'll point over at.
I'm gonna put my silver piece back. Or are you keeping my silver?
No, I'm sliding it back to her and just saying I'll flip a gold piece for drinks for the 3 of us.
She catches the gold piece deftly and kind of slides it into.
Keep the change.
Slides it into the personal, pouch. All you ladies have.
That's really inappropriate, William.
Okay. This is Baldur's Gate.
We wear dresses with pockets. Thank you very much.
Yep. Okay. So is there like a table? I don't see any tables we can just sit at other than maybe the front one.
There's some stools here.
Oh, okay. We can just sit
at the bar. So.
Shit, that sounds.
I'm staying near the door and.
You're standing at the door. I'll walk over. Some rum?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
More for me!
I'll bring back over and slap it in front of Sarah Lynn. There you go. Before I walk away, do you happen to know of what's the chick's name?
Tarina.
Where we can locate Tarina? Oh, yes. I do believe she's been upstairs for quite some time. She's been taking some of my more regular patrons' money in, the game.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I'll walk back over and take a seat. Slide the other beer over to Sarah Lynn's, and she seems eager to double fist them. And I'll whisper over. We can find her upstairs.
Why don't you show off your cool mind speaking now?
Oh, I will. And then I said that like quietly to you, but then in Robin's head, you'll hear, we can find who we're looking for upstairs.
I give her the nod. This is what I do. I watch your guys' back. We're in a tavern in a seedy city, so I'm not getting too comfy. I'm on alert.
And I'll start drinking. I figure we'll chill a little bit before going to talk to her. I'm gonna go grab a plate of dinner. I just got off the oven.
I thought you meant in character.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go back to the bar and ask them for a plate of dinner because I'm hungry.
Oh, sure. You can get yourself some crab cakes for 3 copper pieces.
I mean, once again, not in character, but that sounds pretty good. So maybe I'll actually go do that.
3 copper pieces, and you can have yourself a dinner of crab cakes and warm bread.
I'll bring it over to the table to share. You said 3 copper pieces? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
7.
On the north wall, as you're walking back by Sarah, right over here in this corner, you notice that there is a bookshelf. And on the bookshelf, you can see some games, dragon chess boards, well-used deck of 3 anti-cards, a few games.
It's a gaming tavern.
I love gaming taverns.
Gaming taverns are the best.
Well, I mean, have I been traveling with these 2 girls for a while?
Your camera just went dark.
I figured it out. I touched it. It got mad.
It's been known to happen. Yes, you've been traveling with them for at least the last 2 years.
Okay, so do I know what game we like to play together?
Absolutely.
Great. I grabbed that game from the wall.
Uno.
Guys, what do we like to play together? This bone game or chess or... No, chess is 2-player.
Uno, apparently.
Huh?
Uno.
Uno, great. So I grabbed the Uno game. Was that an option? I don't remember this.
Sure.
Great.
Yeah.
So I grabbed
Both
Uno
one who said it.
and start playing Uno.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Everybody roll a percentile.
Great, I'm ready. Probably already lost. It's fine. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh!
So in like 3 rounds,
Yeah.
Robin like reverse skips, and then goes out.
I didn't even know that was possible in Uno. That's so impressive. I'm gonna take out a little booklet that I have and just like put a check next to Robin's name as like I tally our number of wins as we play together all the time.
Okay. As you're shuffling the deck, getting ready to actually go for the next game, do a perception check.
Me specifically or anybody?
Yes. Sure, you.
Great.
Whoever's shuffling the deck.
Doing so much better.
16. As you are shuffling the deck, you realize that whoever last played, put it back with the deck stacked. That's probably
how she
Robin won so fast.
Interesting. Maybe she did it while we were at the bar. Maybe she went
that's totally what I was doing.
I'm gonna be watching you. Can we check to see, like, can I just keep an eye on the stairs to see when somebody comes down? Maybe when the lady's free.
It seems that you've been in the bar for about 15, 20 minutes, and you can hear at least a louder level of conversation seems to come from upstairs. It seems to be a little more boisterous up there than downstairs. The only people that have gone up and downstairs are the 2 serving guys.
Okay.
In the last 15 minutes.
We should probably just go up there.
I could just grab the serving guy and just see what info he has, see if it's...
Each one of you may receive 3 temporary hit points due to the fact that Rachel rolled a random D100 roll.
Sure.
And Crab Cake sitting here in this lovely tavern.
I'll take it. I will not turn down hit
Absolutely.
points.
No arguing.
I did not!
No, I know. I'm saying. We don't argue with DMs. We're good at that.
Well, I mean, you guys sit down and had a meal at a tavern. I'll reward you somehow for that.
Meal. All right. Well, I mean, we could go upstairs. We could do some recon. I don't see anything wrong with just headed upstairs. I didn't want to interrupt her.
Does it you need like upstairs is like a VIP room? You need access to?
You need that code.
No,
secret lock.
They've got the big bouncer outside. I'm pretty sure we can just walk upstairs.
Yeah. I don't think I want to like talk to her about spy stuff while she's being a badass bones lady, you know?
I'll follow you guys up though, because I'm keeping an eye on everything.
Okay.
All right.
So are you guys going to head up the stairs then?
Guess so.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me reveal an area here.
The upstairs area.
Let me move your tokens for you. Boop. Boop. Boop.
We don't walk up the stairs?
No, you did. I
okay.
I needed to scroll across.
Gotcha.
So
I can see everything.
There you are. You have traveled from downstairs to upstairs.
So quick.
What a great
There
journey.
is a group of people that seem to be playing cards and Baldur's Bones up here. Lit lanterns hang from the rafters in this windowless room. Rugs cover the wooden floor to help dampen the noise from drunken patrons gathered around two large tables, eating and playing games of Baldur's Bones.
And she
We
said
didn't get
that
any
lady
sort
was like winning.
Yeah, you seem to, yes.
Okay. So
You did say that she's cleaning out all of her regulars.
So we know who the lady is now because there's one that's that's handedly winning everything.
Do a perception.
I'm so good at those apparently. 19. I'm counting up. It's
Ooh.
great.
As you crest the top of the stairs, you look around trying to get an idea of who might potentially be the person that you're looking for in this room, and you realize that this person sitting here at the table has just scooped a large sum of coins from this person sitting across here on the table, and the person seems getting really, really mad and starts yelling and screaming about the fact that, that's impossible. You've been cheating.
They're also, these don't seem to be the same commoner tokens. Is there anybody of note up here that looks different? Or...
Yeah, there's a few people up here that look different.
Other than us, of course.
Other than you?
Yeah.
Yes, there are a few people. There looks to be a person in a robe of some sort sitting at this table.
Okay.
Guess potentially a scholar with that roll of a 19, or a learned man of some sort.
I like learned men.
Yeah, you see down here to the south, somebody short, small, another halfling, but definitely more dirty. You guess that they probably spend more of their time in the woods than they do the city. They also seem to be a little on edge, particularly when you get up the stairs. And then you do see a person sitting here taking notes in a small book.
Okay, a scholar, a woods lady, and a journalist.
Yeah, and then this person right here just won a large sum. This is a girl sitting at a table here.
Okay, so I'm out of character, not saying the stuff out loud. Pretty sure that's Serena.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was like a dwarf male.
It looks like it a little bit.
I tell you, the token on this particular one is really messed up, but that's where the character's supposed to be in the book. So,
yeah. Fine,
no, it looks like a dwarven female. This is supposed to be a
Okay.
I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Let's see. Does anybody sit down at the table to be taken advantage of next, or?
This person here gets up and kind of starts storming towards the door.
Oh, I get out of the way real quick.
Kind of starts shoving past you guys downstairs, and then disappears.
Rude.
Bye. Oh, bye. Bye, sweetie.
Must have lost.
Must have lost. Anybody want to take that seat?
Sure.
I'm gonna watch the stairs.
Okay.
I'll walk up and sit across from the table.
Okay. As you sit down, the human female sitting across from you, she kind of crosses her arms and she looks you up and down. Well, you're not here to gamble.
What makes you say that?
Darling, I know a member of the clergy when I see one.
I suppose I don't really try to hide it. No, but I don't mind to gamble for a little fun. To strike
I
up a
thought gambling
conversation if
was a
need be.
sin to you hidey-tidy religious types.
I am not as stuck up like that as some.
Oh,
I
that's
do think gambling can be a sin if it's an addiction that we waste your money on, but just to gamble among friends and other people from time to time with some spare change isn't wrong.
I notice you keep dropping the friends word over and over, and I would let you know that I don't think that I've been friends with any clergy members, at least in a non-biblical sense.
I been sent here, but I would like to learn to play a little more. I know how to play, but wouldn't mind learning a little more from a master as we converse.
Sent here, huh? Well, sure, then I suppose we could play a few rounds. What do you say to 5 silver piece Andy?
Sounds good. I'll pull out 5 silver pieces.
Okay. I would like you to roll 3d6, please. Okay. She rolls 3d6, and you see a 4, a 5, and a 6.
That's so good.
15. Okay.
She's the host of the game, so she kind of gestures towards you.
I wonder if she has loaded dice.
Do an investigation.
Can I walk forward and just sort of like check it out? I'm gonna investigate with my +1. 19.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Stand,
I'll hit, right?
Okay.
Yep.
That was called in Baldur's Bones.
It's called stand or roll, he said earlier.
Yeah, a roll. Hit.
Okay.
I'll roll.
So roll a d6. So currently you have 17.
17. Well, I know she has 15. So unless she busts, like she's most likely gonna roll. But I will. Well, she can't beat a 20. Like
Well,
if
she
she
can get a
rolls and gets
21.
6.
Yeah, she can't
Yeah,
go
she
over.
can get a 21. So I'm gonna roll again.
Okay.
Is that how it works? Like you roll until you stand, or?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
got it.
Yep. So 20.
Okay.
Oh,
So
No, sorry, 21. I had 17.
That's a 21.
That's a 21.
That's a 21.
Sorry.
Cortana wins.
She looks back at you and she looks at the dice and she's all like, well, clearly your god is in your favor, but you know,
I don't believe my god.
Sorry,
What did you say?
Before they're hatched there, she rolls another dice and it flops down on a 6.
So it happens on a
She had a 15.
21.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second.
Okay.
How do you whisper again?
/W. I don't know. You always tell me. W/. It's one of those two. Robin, you know this is a lady, right? What are we? What's this finish him part?
I know it was
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat reference.
Sorry, my bad. Yay, nerds.
All right.
Nope,
so
to me. Gotcha.
She seems a little. Well, we've both rolled 21, and that doesn't happen often in Baldur's Bones, now does it?
I don't play often, so I'll take your word on it.
You know, perhaps this is a good sign for myself to show, as you religious types like to say, a little bit of mercy. How about you keep your 5 silver, and I keep my 5 silver for this particular game? Or perhaps we leave it in there for next game, and we both ante 5 more. So the winner of the next round gets
Double or
twice as
nothing.
much.
Sure.
Can I insight from where I'm standing? Like, does this seem like a ruse?
Absolutely. Feel free to roll insight.
This just seems like someone getting taken in.
Okay. All right. So
I have that feeling too, but sometimes
Cortana, would you roll 3d6, please? She's going to roll 3d6 as well.
Hey, if I lose a little bit of money to gain some information, so be it.
You see on her dice a 4, a 4, and a 6.
14.
All right. Being the host of the game, she extends her hand towards you.
I'm keeping a very firm eye on this.
So you have to say that you were sent here, yes?
Yes.
May I ask who sent you?
I'm blanking on his name. Horrible things. Captain Zodge. I want to say Zod for some reason. I knew it wasn't Zod. I was like, this isn't a small bill here.
That devilish dog, him. Oh, geez. If he sent you to me, then
to collect on your favor you owe him.
Oh, yes, that. Well, sometimes it can be convenient to have places in authority, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
What is that, a 15?
Right? It is, it looks like.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to keep rolling as we chat. He sent us, he wants us to...
That's a 21 again.
He wants us to take out a problem for the city with the dead 3 cultists, and he believes that you might have information to help locate them.
Well, listen. The captain, I do owe him a favor, you see. I suppose I could tell you what I know, but see, I don't know you or your friends here. So the way this is going to work is that, let's say you and your friends helped me out, then I will gladly pay forward my debt to Captain Zodge.
The quest of trails.
Is that like loud enough?
City.
Was that loud enough for Robin to hear across the room, or is that like?
No, that's more like immediate table talk.
Okay. I will.
I imagine there's still quite a bit of volume in here from downstairs. And...
As it's her turn to roll, I'll let her roll, and I will mentally communicate over to. Actually, what is my range on that? I don't remember. I gotta double check.
Message?
No. Oh. My co-star.
Got it.
10 feet times your level. 5,
20 feet.
10, 15. No, I can't reach you. But so I'll watch her roll.
Guess you're out.
She rolls, and you see a 6 appear. So
20.
she rolls 20. She looks and she says, well, congratulations. It seems you have won yourself a small sum. Don't you feel grand?
It is small. How about you keep the money and you just give us the information?
Are you trying to bribe her with like 20 silver pieces?
My dear, I'm a more respected businesswoman than that, and clearly you are in over your head should you think that this is payment enough for the information that I might provide you. You see, I know what you need to know, and in order to get that, you have to do me a favor.
But you already owe the favor. So, like, the goal is more of just a tip on your favor you already owe.
True, but let's just say that between you and I, which one of us has more of a rapport with good Captain Zodge? Which one of us does he know a little bit better? Perhaps I gave you the information and you squelched upon your end of the bargain. disappeared into the night, a coward, too afraid to take up on the task that he set you. Maybe you never came and found me in the first place. It's hard to say.
Everything okay?
What?
Everything okay?
I sorry, I didn't look. It looks like she wants us to do her a favor to get the information.
As much as I despise this city, it's built on favors. What's the favor?
Yes.
Well, you see, last year I happened to be the first mate on a ship, the Uncivil Serpent. Maybe you've heard of it? No?
Have I?
Yes, you have heard of
Great.
it.
Do I like it?
No.
Okay.
Completely nefarious and has been through 2 mutinies in the past 2 years.
Yes.
Let's just say that if that ship was left at the docks, no one would probably buy it. Somebody might actually burn it.
I would. I want a ship for my own reasons.
She says, I was unfortunately the orchestrator of an unsuccessful mutiny against our former captain. Well, rather, the original first mate. And I didn't like the way he was going to run things. See, I'm okay with smuggling people and I'm okay with contraband, but what I'm not okay with is abducting children. So I didn't want to have any part to do with that bit.
Can I insight whether that part is true?
Yes, give me a minute. You roll it, but give me a minute to finish.
Okay.
Wouldn't you know it, but these former crewmates of mine are after my blood now that I've resurfaced here in Baldur's Gate. So the favor is that should they come here looking for me, you and your friends deal with them. This way I'm off the hook, so to speak, and then I will gladly provide you whatever information you require. You feel... Ooh.
I can't particularly apart the insight is that she is against abducting children and these guys are for abducting children.
Oh, he's typing.
Because I hate slavery and like slavery of children is even worse.
Also, I know it's a lot right now, but did she have a hand in the last roll that she had?
Hold on a second. I'll answer that.
I know.
Answering that.
I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Let me finish this. Feel free to, fill the dead air here.
I'm not going to even care if it's the truth or not. Someone's kidnapping kids.
Yeah, but it might be her and it might be the other guys, like her shipmates or whatever.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, well, I'm just.
I mean, as we all know,
bad things happen.
Yeah, I'm against. I mean, I'm against the abduction of anybody, as we all know. We try to prevent that. But kids particularly gets you in the heart.
Yeah, you might say that. That's true.
It's despicable.
It does get you in the heart, which is one of the reasons why I was willing to go through with a mutiny, you see. But then the ones that I thought were on my side really teamed up with our treacherous first mate and decided to get into the smuggling business, you might say.
So here's the problem, though. You're asking us to just sit here just in case someone comes?
Oh, no, I'm quite sure that they're probably on their way already. You won't have much...
intel, or are we just hanging out for this?
Let's just say that I didn't leave on very positive terms with my former crew, and I'm quite sure that if Captain Zodge knows that I'm back in town, they know I'm back in town, and it'll be a matter of a few hours. I mean, you can hang out here and
might as well just
play some Baldur's Bones with me or with some of the other patrons. Should they show up tonight, then I'll tell you what. If they don't show up by closing time, I'll give you the information after closing time.
That seems like a fair deal.
That sounds way better than the rest.
Yep.
All right.
I wouldn't keep you on the hook forever now. Obviously, unless you'd like to go back to my place.
Who is that directed at?
You.
Oh, well, I'm quite busy now. And
I'm staring at both of you like this.
if I'm free, I will let you know.
Oh, of course. Now, this group of ruffians, you see, they'll be quite easy to take out, as they'll be screaming my name and looking for blood. Should I get injured, I might suddenly have a slip of memory and forget parts of details. That would be a tragedy, wouldn't it?
Is there somewhere nearby that I would know of that I can buy more arrows? Seeing as this is very likely to get ugly.
You know that there is a general store 3-4 shops down on the right-hand side of the same street as this particular tavern.
And then also, just for the record, do these windows look out to the
There are
street?
no windows.
What
These
are
are all
these things on the walls?
doors.
Lots of doors.
All of these are doors.
Okay. I kind of want to peek in them just to get like a lay of the land, see if we can look outside somehow or look downstairs somehow.
So as Robin, you're going to leave, head towards the mercantile shop to pick up some arrows. Okay.
Correct.
You are
Ranger.
Sarah are going to look around at some doors. Is there a particular door you want to start at?
I mean, I'll just go like clockwise around the room, starting at the top of the stairs, maybe.
Okay. You walk up, grab this door handle, and it's locked.
Next.
This door handle locked.
Next.
Locked.
Next.
Locked.
Next.
This one here, it opens up. You see a large room.
I got a what? Oh.
A large room. Let me see if I can read you the room description real quick. The mounted head of a displacer beast hangs on the east wall near a small armoire to inspire this area's name, the Displacer Beast Room.
Great. Any windows?
There are 3 windows out of this particular room in the far wall. You can see way over here.
If I go over there, can I see outside?
It is leaded window, so it will light in light, but not like clear vision.
Okay. Any of the 4 of them that way?
Any of the 4 of them.
Because you said there was 4 windows, right? They're all lit.
They're all the same. Yeah, they're all lit in.
Next.
Like they're not all see through. This door down south here, locked.
Yeah.
And
Next.
this door here, you open up. There is a big giant head hanging off the far wall over here. You know this beast. Excuse me. Over here, you know this beast to be an Umber Hulk. This is the Umber Hulk dining room, and there is a bay window that looks out over the street here.
And is still leaded.
It is leaded, and there are bars on these particular on the outside.
So I can't see outside.
You do a perception check.
Okay, great. Oh, wrong one. Okay, that one. 7.
Maybe you might be able to see out the window if you got closer. You can't tell from across the room.
Oh, I want to go over there. Where am I right now?
Nope.
I'm right here.
Nope. They're just leaded windows. You can't see shit.
I kind of want to just hang out in this cool room, though. All right. And that was all the doors?
Yes,
okay,
that was all the doors. By the time you get done going to the general store and coming back, how many arrows do you want to buy? He has 5 quivers.
Just 5 arrows?
No, he has 5 quivers.
Quivers of arrows. That's 100 arrows.
Where are we? He has 100 arrows right this moment in time. How many do you want to buy?
So it's like, I thought we were in Baldur's Gate. I'm going to buy 40 more.
Okay, so 2 more quivers.
I mean, the equivalent of 2 more quivers. I'm not buying the actual quivers.
That's what you hold them in, the quivers.
You can just band them together.
Okay.
She just said she pissed off. She pissed off an entire crew. I don't know how many arrows I'm gonna need. I'm coming prepared.
Bring the brain. Pain.
I'm coming right here.
Okay. So Cortana, do you want to continue to sit there and chat with her?
Let's see if she wants to play some friendly, non-wager games. Teach me.
She kind of sits back a little bit and she's all like, "I'm so sorry. I really only play
for money."
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I gotta entertain myself while we wait.
Well, we could play 3 Dragon Ante or Dragon Chess.
We'll play some Dragon Chess.
That seems fair, yes. Perhaps one of your servants can go get the board?
They are not my servants.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I totally misjudged the dynamic here.
We are all equal in our endeavors.
Those relationships.
Not like that either.
Tom, you spoil all my fun.
But is there like a waiter going by?
Takes about a minute or so as you sit there in awkward silence. But yes, one of the lads.
I'll flip him a gold for 3 more of the rums. One for Sarah Lynn, because she probably wants some. Robin probably doesn't want any because she
already had
night,
2 today, but
go for 3.
I might have some points of exhaustion or some shit, so don't get me too drunk on here.
Roll a Constitution save if you're going to drink it, Grace.
No, I think I'll just stick with the 2.
Okay.
I'll flip a gold piece for 2 and say, tell the bartender to keep the change. Take a silver piece for
2
yourself.
gold already. How freaking rich are you?
I have 112.
Ugh.
So, do you guys want to hang out any specific place? Do you want to try to talk to anybody?
I mean,
we can RP the time that you guys are in the tavern, or we can fast forward the time. It's
I kind of want to like just go sit next to the dude that was a scholar in the north here.
Okay, there's not really a place to sit next to him.
Oh, he's not like on a. I thought there was a bench there.
He's like on a little couch.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
sure.
I'll just push him over and sit on the couch too. Can I like look at what? Like, he's not the one writing in this stuff. That's the guy on the side.
Yeah.
Is he just like hanging out watching, or?
He, as you sit down, he looks up at you and would you care to play a game?
What kind of game?
You cut out your first part there.
Sorry. What kind of game?
Well, like we could play Baldur's Bones, or we could wager on whether or not one of those 2 are going to win. And he points to the table in the middle, or we could bet on those 2 whether or not which one of them is going to win.
Are they playing the same game?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know this game very well, but I guess we can do a quick little round.
I've got my dice right here.
Good, I got mine too. And I pull out a really nice set, because I'm just going to make this up that I have a set.
Okay.
Okay.
He kind of looks at your set and then like seems to get a bigger smile on his face, and his eyes get a little wider.
Mm-hmm.
Can I insight that facial expression?
Sure.
And his dice, maybe?
Yeah, roll insight.
Oh.
Okay.
He's gonna steal from me, probably.
Maybe he's just so excited that someone sat down to play with him.
I know, right?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Well, she can share information if she wants to share information. It's one of the cool things about Roll20. I don't have to pass notes. I can just type to you guys now. So he's going to roll his dice, and I want you to roll 3d6.
Ooh, 17.
So he rolls dice. Okay, he puts his 2 silver pieces down.
Okay. Oh, I do the same then.
Yeah.
I have a little bit
and
of
then,
at least.
And he rolls, and you see a 3, a 2, and a 3.
Ugh, that's really low.
Yeah, he reaches into his little bag and he kind of like extends to you, and he's looking. His mouth is kind of salivating a little bit at the coins there in the middle. And
Is he like super poor or like what? Can I insight his deal?
you can,
okay?
yeah, good.
Great, I'm really glad I have good insight. Oh, 19 again. I'm okay with these dice. They like me as a player too.
Can I secret signal the vibe I got?
Sure.
In addition to whatever she found out.
I see.
So secret group symbol for gambling addict.
Okay. So he probably has no money because he spends it all on all of his shit. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so he had an 8. I'll make it interesting for him. I'll roll one more d6. I have a 2/3 chance of winning this one. Ah.
He seems a little excited, and he's just like, stand.
Well, he stands. Of course
Yeah,
he
because
stands.
you busted.
Well, yeah,
Because you busted.
He doesn't need to stand. I busted.
Yeah.
Cool. So he gets the five whole silver pieces.
Cool.
And I'll thank him for his time.
4.
I don't know why I said 5. Sorry. I'll thank him for his time, and I want to go check out what this dude's writing.
Do you want to play again? Do you want?
No, that was fun, but I lost. So have a great night, sir.
He turns towards Robin. Do you want to play? No. He seems to sit there to himself a little bit.
Is he drinking?
You haven't seen him imbibe.
Actively.
All right.
Are these two playing? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
That's fine. What are people up here? Are they eating?
Most people seem to be playing Baldur's Bones. A few other people have arrived. Hold on. Let me grab some commoner tokens and I can...
There's more people?
Sure.
Whoa.
Sure.
These, so... Why not? Sure.
What?
There,
I
this
didn't
person
see
will sit down.
What happened? Oh,
Personal
there's some
sitting
more.
there.
Okay. So the one that's writing in a journal is currently...
What, right in front of you?
Yeah, is he playing?
No, he's not playing. No, he seems to be observing the game taking place at the table next to him, mostly.
Can I glance over his shoulder at what he's writing in the journal?
Roll an investigation, but I want you to roll at a disadvantage. It's a small journal.
Great. Good thing I'm really good at investigation, too. 6.
Looks like scribblings in a notebook, because as you get close, he kind of like stares at you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Whoa.
sir.
What do you want?
Well, I was just curious to see what you were curious about.
Oh. Well, my name's Ulrich Whitmirth.
That's a beautiful name, Ulrich.
Oloric.
Not my rope, that's okay.
I pronounced it correctly.
You're good. I spelled it with a U. I don't know why.
Because of A Knight's Tale, that's why.
Correct.
Ulrich Whitmirth.
Von Liechtenstein.
That's close enough.
And this is just my observations.
What are you observing?
You, your companions, the game.
What have you learned so far?
Not much. I've made a few notes for later.
Interesting.
Well, you see, I like to write real life things into some of the plays that I...
You write plays?
Well, I haven't written any yet.
But you're working on them, and that's what's important. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, Ulrich.
Yeah, yes. I keep all of the notes here in this journal.
Am I going to be in your play?
I might write you in right now. Yes, I could, possibly. What's your name?
I'm Sarah Lynn. S-A-R, and I make sure he writes it in his journal.
Like as you first like spelling
S-A-R-O-L-Y-N.
it, he's not writing it at first, and then as you're spelling your name, he starts scribbling it down. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Sarah Lynn. What brings you to the elf song?
Oh, that's personal business. I can't tell you that.
He scribbles something in his book. Roll regular investigation.
Hey. 11.
You're fairly certain that the first word that he wrote down was snooty, and then something else.
I mean, it's probably true.
So as you are standing there talking to Ulrich, a ethereal female voice begins to sing out a lamented song in Elvish. Who amongst you understands the language?
Let me remind myself what my languages are. Nope. Not that one.
Nope.
Wait, though, can I try to find the location?
Okay. Roll an investigation.
Great. Super
and then, Cortana, you understand Elvish?
I do understand Elvish.
Okay. I am definitely not going to attempt to sing this.
Darn.
Be a bard. Sing for us.
Oh, sing a song of Elturel, of water, woods, and hill. The sun dawns on her ruddy cliffs, and the fields green and still. This land of long abiding joy, home of the strong and brave, renowned by all across the realms, and never once a slave. Oh, sing a song of Elturel, when foes are at her door, her fields torn by cloven feet, from some infernal shore. Arise, the mighty Hell Riders, take up your swift, keen swords, then charge into the hellish fray and scatter devil hordes. O sing a song of Elturel, and when the night does fall, sleep safe beneath companion's light, until the dawn does call. We're bound by mortal covenant that only ends with death, and so we'll sing of Elturel until our final breath.
I had an 11. I don't know where the fuck is coming from.
It was echoey, and from that roll, you realize that about 90% of the tavern people here are in some state of shock. Most of them instantly take up conversations of never having heard that particular song sung.
Oh, it's a new one for them.
Always the same song sung every time, except for this one particular time.
I was gonna say because Elturel fell recently, so that seems like a weird song for her to sing all the time. But I didn't recognize the lyrics, so
yeah,
I wouldn't know that.
Nope.
That
was weird, guys.
Seen from Baldur's Gate, would any of us know that this before having heard them say this is a different song? Know that this is a different song?
I think this is a different song, you guys. There you go.
I mean, really, you're the only one who's going to definitively know that it was a different song.
Right. And you don't.
I've never been to the bar before.
Having never really spent very much time in the Elf Song Tavern, you wouldn't know 100% that this was for sure a different song. You do know that it was very haunty, it was very melodic, and it was kind of awe-inspiring, and that most everyone in the tavern will probably be talking about this for months to come. And it might actually draw in a whole lot more business as people are trying to hear the other song.
I think that the barkeep just put like speakers in all the rooms secretly and just plays a different...
What's a speaker?
I'm just out of character musing about this.
Really?
A thaumaturgic device.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgic. Magic mouth.
That just brings them like all the more people when they mix it up like this.
Mages can do all kinds of things like that.
Do you want to go downstairs and talk to the bartender? Tell me what you want to do.
I don't want you the only one downstairs when the bad guys come. So if you do go down, I'll come down with you.
Okay. If nobody is leaving,
I was gonna ask the chick here.
Okay.
Why does everybody seem surprised that there's a different song?
Well, Elf Song Tavern is a little bit of a local legend. I thought growing up here you might know that.
I know the song plays, but I've never frequented the tavern enough to know
Well,
what the song was before.
Well, the thing about the previous song was it's always about a long lost lover lost at sea. And in fact, as far as I can recall, no one's actually ever heard the entire song. Usually it's a lyric or two. Occasionally it's a couple of verses. Once in a while, in recorded history, I think that there's been 15 minutes of singing was the longest. So, yeah.
It's a really long song. 15 minutes isn't the whole song.
Well, you know how elves are.
Yep.
Elven love.
They have all the time in the world.
Good. This is my one book novel, Elven Love.
Wow.
I miss Tusk Love.
And it is strange that she sings of that city when and it's fall when it just happens. Interesting.
It does seem a little bit interesting.
How would she know if she's a ghost?
Did you yell that going down the stairs?
No, I just wanted to go talk to this halfling, but I guess as I passed by, how would the ghost know that it's fallen? That seems suspicious.
If you're moving there, then I'm gonna be right here.
Okay.
So I have good view.
As you guys are around the bar, biding your time and waiting for something to happen, a loud ruckus comes from downstairs, and you can hear the sounds of several, large people just kind of like forcing their way into the bar, and a gruff male voice, deep, says, "All right, I ain't got no having time to waste. Somebody tell me where Tanara is, and you get 5 gold."
I'm pulling out my longbow, and I'm knocking an arrow, and I'm pointing it toward the stairs.
Wait, can I see over the stairwell, like down?
Over the railing?
Like, is that a tall railing, or?
From your current position, I would say that you could see the bottom of the stairs, but you're not going to be able to see like underneath the stairs. You could see.
I just wanted to know when people were coming up, so maybe I could like hurt them.
Yes. So yeah, you could see the bottom of the stairs from where your current position is, but you can't see like underneath the floor very far.
No, it's fine. I don't need to know what's happening downstairs. I just want to be able to attack if they come up.
I'm gonna grab my warhammer. Well, if you don't want to be hurt, you might want to go step away.
Well, whatever do you mean? You're here to protect me, aren't you?
Yes, we are. But part of your protection is ducking, so we can handle this.
Also, can we check with her to make sure that these are the voices of her former people before we just start a ruckus with randoms?
We heard them yelling and offering money, right?
All right.
Yeah,
you
didn't hear.
I don't want her to tell us that we weren't done yet because it wasn't the right people or something.
How about this?
Okay.
How about you guys roll initiative?
Okay. Deedly. Wait, you need to. Okay, yeah.
Do we still have the hit points?
Yes, you have the temporary hit points.
Don't forget to click your tokens first, you guys.
Oh, man.
Oh, dang it, I didn't do that.
I think I did.
I believe you did too.
Yes. Okay.
I did not.
I know.
I almost forgot, and then I was like, wait.
Do I need to click my token and redo it?
Oh, I can add you. Hold on a second.
But I think you still have to click your token to get on the
no, that's fine.
Order. Okay.
I think you can add it manually. It's just more of a hassle.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 19.
Well, No, yeah, okay, good. I was going to say they rolled a 5 first, but that's not true because that was history check.
Yeah. Okay. From what I understand, there is the initiative order.
Yep.
Okay. So from downstairs, you can hear the normal din sort of come back a little bit. And a large group of like boots heading towards the stairs itself. We have rolled initiative, and we will take 10 minutes. And when we come back, we're gonna.
Did we hear who gave her up? Just out of curiosity, before we go.
No.
Okay, great.
We'll take care of that when we come back.
Okay.
10
Fair
minutes.
enough. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. You're back.
We're back.
Hi, we're back. All right.
Tech Guy Grace.
That's right. Tech Gal Grace.
Tech Gal Grace.
So, you asked the question, did you notice who gave up?
Why?
Tarina. Sorry, Tarina. Who gave up Tarina?
Yes, I did.
Once the offer was made from downstairs, you heard at least 3 different people respond.
3 people?
At least.
Many people?
Talking about gambling addicts who want that extra money to gamble.
Like this asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Over here.
Possibly. So the floorboards downstairs creak. I'm going to say this particular token is actually downstairs, but I'm going to put it right there for right this moment in time.
Okay.
Robin, from where you currently are, you don't have line of sight on this target. He is down a floor. Okay.
Stop it.
We can proceed with what is in combat order. They seem to be coming up the stairs, and I know that you guys probably want to do something before they get up there, so you can hear the large clumps of several people headed in this direction. Do you want to wait till he gets on the first step? He's coming up the stairs.
So I was going to hold Hex until I saw somebody.
Oh, your Hexblade's Curse?
No, Hex, which is a first level spell.
Yes. Okay.
Where I curse somebody that I can see within range, and I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic to that target. Okay. And it's a concentration spell.
So the first target that walks up the stairs?
Yeah, well, the first target I can see, which I think is this guy, if I am looking like...
Yeah, so you're going to put a hex on him. We'll put a little mask on him, so now you know that he's been hexed. Mm-hmm. Robin, technically you're first in order. You see across from you, I'm going to say that it was like a ready to action. First guy walked in the stairs, then you kind of like do this and point to Robin, letting her know that somebody's at the base of the stairs. Robin, we'll go ahead and initiate order now.
Wait, I also choose one ability when I cast the spell and he's a disadvantage on ability checks made with that chosen ability. I'll say I don't know what we do yet. I'll say dexterity.
Okay. So if he tries to make a stealth roll, a sleight of hand roll, then he will have disadvantage on those particular skills.
Right.
Sure. Sounds good.
Or acrobatics.
No saving throws.
No saving throws, just ability checks.
Correct. Yep. So Robin, you've been given the signal that somebody's downstairs.
Well, more what I was looking out for was that my compatriots were ready, like they were aware that there was someone downstairs.
Yeah, I have my Triton.
I pulled out my Warhammer.
Okay. So
I imagine Cortana, you stood up.
Yeah, I stood up with grabbing my Warhammer in one motion.
Okay.
Okay, so 10 feet is right here.
Yep.
Can I see down the stairs now?
You can see about 5 steps down. Like you know that the person's head's going to come into view when they take like 5 steps, probably.
I mean, you can probably step forward one and then go back again.
Yeah, I mean, I really just want to see.
Yeah, you step forward. You taking a look there, you can see that there's at least 3 other people, like directly behind this one, and then behind those people, you can see a really nasty looking person. He's got this cataract clouded right eye, and as he looks up the stairs, she got himself some bodyguards. Yeah, she won't go down to fight. Kill them all.
Awesome. Perfect. He just identified himself, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hunter's mark that guy. I think I can do that.
Okay.
Sorry. The Rangers thing is new, 90 feet. So he is within 90 feet.
It's fine.
Sorry. I'm going to put a little zappy lightning bolt on him that he's been hunter's marked, okay?
Great. And then my longbow, I wrote this down, has a range of 150 feet. Woo! So
to shoot at him, particularly from this angle, it would be a disadvantaged shot.
I will take those odds because that's what I do. So I am going to.
That is unfortunately not enough. I mean, it like right by his head, but like he does that the last second. No.
So I'm gonna totally play like I meant that as a warning shot.
Great.
And
roll an intimidation at advantage.
Say, go back.
He excuse me. He elbows two of the guys in front of him and like points at you. Make sure you give that one the special treatment.
Oh, great. Then I'm gonna go right here.
That brings up Cortana.
I will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I want them a chance to get up the stairs. So I'm not going to block it.
Okay.
But can I, like, poke my head around the corner and do I want to use Sacred Flame? Or do I want to hold? I will hold my attack action, actually, for when he gets up, when a hostile gets up to the top of the stairs in range.
Okay. Cool. That brings up Karina. She's going to like scurry on the other side of the table and then like hunker down.
Smart.
Sarah.
Cool.
From your perch up there.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast at this particular, the guy right at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah. 9 to hit.
9 is not going to hit. Your Eldritch Blast hits the wall like right in front of him.
It's just a weird angle. I can't quite
ducks back. Yeah, exactly. But it is. Why did that guy get on there? That was not supposed to.
You got like a bunch of them.
All right. No, I put all of the bandits on, so I didn't lose track of how many actions I had.
Oh, why are all them 0 except for the other one?
Because they're all acting on the same initiative.
Oh, okay. The other guy just looks different for some reason.
And as you kill them and you delete their tokens, it's actually each individual token.
That's why I move them just to the side instead of deleting them, so I don't have that problem.
I know.
I've learned
you do
my
it
lesson.
differently than I do.
I do.
All right,
it's
so
fine.
this guy walks up the stairs, which triggers Cortana's attack action.
Or hammer, and I have not pulled out my shield yet, so this is a two-handed strike.
Hey!
Yeah,
I'm mad.
And then I just click on that, right?
Yep.
So this guy, like slobbering, mean, nasty-looking sailor,
dies,
charging up the stairs, kind of like gets this nasty leer in his face when he realizes like there's a woman at the top of his stairs standing in his way. And his smile gets this sick, twisted grin on it. You take that warhammer and just smack him in the face as his like head starts to get even with the skin. It snaps back. He falls down. Hits the two guys behind him, which they both get pushed down the stairs. He's dead.
Dominoes.
Completely dead. So there's two bandits.
I yell, batter up after he goes down.
Okay.
The bandits all kind of catch each other, take a second, and then the two that he indicated charge up the stairs. This guy is going to get to there. This guy's going to get to there. This guy's going to get to there. And he's going to get to there.
I wish I got my shit.
Actually, I'll push through.
I can only do that on my turn.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't realize I forgot it wasn't your turn anymore.
Okay, so this first guy here up the stairs, he's going to take his scimitar and he's going to try to hit Cortana. It's for smacking his friend in the face. He's going to roll a 22 to hit you.
Oh, yeah.
For 4 slashing damage.
4?
4.
Hey, there went my extra attempt HP.
Okay. Then this guy here is going to try to hit Robin with a scimitar. That's a 14, Robin.
Yeah.
That's 4 slashing to you. This guy here, he's going to team up on Cortana with his buddy. He's going to take a scimitar and he's going to slash at you. 15.
No.
You dodge out of the way and it nicks the front of your scale mail. I do believe that's what you're wearing.
No, what is it? I have
That's me.
chainmail. I have chainmail.
3. All right, this guy here is going to also try to team up on Cortana. 13 to hit you. You definitely, take your warhammer. And it's odd because he's down on the stairs. He's trying to attack your feet. So he just splinters a couple of the wooden beams there. Then that brings up this guy who's going to kind of seem to get ready in case anybody tries to attack him. He's going to take the dodge action. So,
is that the guy I marked?
Yes, that is the guy I marked. He's not quite even with his stairs yet. His head is kind of.
No, I just that out of character. That was okay.
All right, Robin, you are up. You are surrounded.
Great.
So your bow and arrow.
Surrounded. Yeah, I'm gonna sling my bow over myself like I do.
Okay.
But I do have the arrow, so I'm just gonna try to jab it into his neck.
Okay, yeah. Roll a unarmed strike.
I'm just gonna go D20.
Plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
Yeah, he sees you try to do this number, so he just brings his arm up and he kind of right there, and then he just snap grabs the arrow and breaks it.
Fabulous.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Cortana.
I'm going to. Sorry, looking at all my spells. Not enjoying being surrounded. Going to swing at this guy right behind me.
This one right here? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna swing at him. And
close. I mean, you get within millimeters of hitting him and hit the warhammer just woof right in front of his chest. Kind of sucks it in just a little bit.
Then I'm gonna reach and use my item interaction to pull the shield off my back.
No problem. You've got your shield. She's going to stay hidden in her particular spot. Sarah?
I'm gonna move so that way I'm engaging with this guy and kind of blocking the way to our leader right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, as a bonus action, switch my hex to the one that I'm about to attack.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take my Triton and stab him in the face.
Stab it in the face.
16?
16 will hit this guy.
Hey.
I mean, specifically in the face?
Sure. I mean, that was the goal. For 9 piercing damage.
Your hex too.
Oh, plus my hex. That's why I did that, didn't I? Hold on.
You're using just the regular hex spell.
The hex spell, yeah.
I thought
so
that
I deal
it be moved when something dies.
Yeah, the thing that it was on died, so I moved it
you're right.
as a bonus action.
Yeah, I smashed the dude's face in.
And then plus 3, so 12 total damage.
12 total damage. This guy here, what do you use? Your trident?
Yes.
Yeah, you bring back your trident and stab him right in the face, and
Technically
his face.
two-handed, like I.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right.
You impale him quite thoroughly on the face and throw his body over here. He is dead.
Okay. That was my entire turn. No, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to just stand here.
Okay.
We're trying to keep them from getting to her, so that makes sense to me.
All right. This person here is going to try to push Robin out of his way. So, Robin, I need you to make a contested strength / contested strength.
It's strength or athletics?
Are you proficient in athletics?
Yes.
Then I will let you use it.
Okay. It's the only reason I asked.
Unfortunately, he is able to push you to 5 feet there. He is then going to move here. He is moving out of your... Yeah. Take the attack of opportunity if you want.
I'd have to draw my short sword.
You don't get one.
You don't. He's still in our...
I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead. That hits. 6
I just want to hit him right across the chest as he...
Well, actually, you catch him in the back as he kind of like lines up, and you hear a loud crack. He is bloodied.
Nice.
All right. That, though, leaves enough room for this particular person to move up, this guy to move up, and the bandit captain himself.
Hey!
So he is going to look at Cortana. He's going to take his scimitar and try to attack you. Hold on just one moment. I want to make sure that this thing is not always on roll advantage. And then scimitar, 10.
No.
Scimitar, 11.
No.
And
12.
Bonus action, offhand, dagger, 20.
Yeah.
For 4 points of piercing damage.
Whoa.
So Cortana, just for the record, that was 3 total attacks. So don't take him with us if we run.
So this person here is going to attack.
How much was that last damage, Will? 3?
4.
4.
4. Yeah.
Close.
Okay, this one here is going to attack Sarah.
Okay.
Day 5.
Nope.
This one here is going to attack
warlock, but not that
Robin. Big. Oh, Robin, 20.
Natural.
Just a little.
Just a regular 20.
Unnatural 20.
4 slashing damage, and I do believe that's a concentration check for Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Just Constitution?
Correct. Constitution saving throw. That's enough. So you successfully maintain concentration on your thing.
Yeah.
That brings up the top of the round, and Robin.
Great. Pulling out my short sword.
Okay.
I'm going to swing at the bloodied guy.
Yeah, that hits. That is enough. You stab him in the chest and throw his body right next to his friend. He's dead.
Fabulous. I'm going to stare down the guy in front of me. Mm-hmm. Can I use like a bonus action to pull my other short sword?
Yeah, sure.
I know I can't use it this time, but like I want to have it.
Sure.
Just an
I'll allow
interaction
you.
should be.
Yeah.
Just like so I have both of them out, and I'm like just staring at him.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Bring
it.
You're ready.
Bring it.
Cortana.
I'm going to cast inflict wounds on the leader.
Inflict wounds. So that's a
melee spell attack.
Okay. Okay. Roll to hit. You try to reach out to touch him, and he just is really slippery out of your grasp. He also smells like he's never taken a bath in his life. So you're not sure you really want to touch him.
Gross.
Anything bonus action you got, Cortana?
No, I do not.
Okay. That brings up your ward, Tarina, and she's going to stay currently where she is, and
of course she is.
Roll 5 feet this way and hide underneath this stool.
Great.
That brings up Sarah Lynn.
I'm gonna bonus action move my hex to the person, not directly in front of me, but like at an angle, so that way Robin gets her kill still.
There you go.
It's whatever.
I don't know these. I don't know us yet. I'm gonna two-handed Triton with a 15 to hit.
15 would hit that.
And then he's hex, so I'm gonna do that plus the d6 for a total of 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage.
Robin's a team player.
Great.
This particular person looks very bloody and about ready to die.
Okay.
This gentleman here, he's going to use his action, and he's going to disengage.
No.
5,
what
10,
a coward.
15, 20. He's going to move over.
Yes.
Over here next to
Good thing
your
that was his action.
And then this guy is going to move forward and try to stab with a scimitar at Robin. A 7.
No.
Okay.
Dodge out of the way.
Is
that all you've got?
This person here, he's going to take a scimitar slash at Cortana with a 12.
Nope.
A scimitar slash at Saralyn. Is it going to click? I clicked on it, but it's not rolling. With an 8.
With an 8?
With an 8, yeah. And then a dagger on Cortana with a 23.
Nice.
Not natural.
He's really good with the dagger.
Yep.
6 piercing. Ouch. Jeez, that's messed up.
He's really good with the dagger.
Yep.
I am not feeling great.
Okay, that brings
Right?
up Robin.
2 short sword attacks at this guy, like
Okay.
my main hand, offhand.
Okay.
I can do that, right? If they're light.
First one. Let's do the first one first. Yes, that hits. With 8 points of damage, he is dead. He had 2 left.
Great. At that, then I will move over here. I want to step on top of this stool and get on the table.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. Just jump up on the table.
Just like 1 step, 2 step, like stool to table. I
15 feet of movement total.
Yeah.
That's what you used. Okay.
Drop my short swords down on the table. Pull the bow out and like aim at him. Don't move.
All right.
And just stand there.
Intimidation at advantage.
Yeah.
Let me roll a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Cortana.
All right, let's try this again. There we go.
Inflict wounds. Yes, that will hit.
Nice.
First level. Because I reach out and suck the life out of 14.
Not all the life. He's a bad guy. He's a big bad.
I always envision like on the Mummy when he like sucks their life force out. Like that's what somebody looks like after.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tarina, hiding sort of there at the end of the table, sees you jump up onto the table, pointing a bow and arrow at this would-be bandit who is
right at his face.
Yeah, murder in his eyes, staring down Tarina, and kind of like looking off to you at the side. You can see he hesitates a bit.
Sweet.
Sarah Lynn.
I'm gonna bonus action move my hex onto this guy in front of me. I'm gonna interaction just ask if we're gonna y'all are we keeping one of them for like information? And then I'm gonna stab at him.
Not today.
Great. Ooh, 24.
That'll hit. Jeez.
They abduct children.
That's 10 total piercing damage. No, 10 8 piercing and 2 is necrotic or something.
Hex. Yeah.
10. Okay.
Still up?
Yes.
Great.
Not bloodied yet.
Great. I was gonna move away if he had died, so I just want to make sure before
Not bloodied yet.
He looks you up and down. Well, I'm gonna be eating some good fish tonight, aren't I? He's going to take his first attack at
so
Sarah
they're cannibals too?
Apparently.
That's a 12 to hit Sarah Lynn.
Not hit.
Second attack at Sarah Lynn is a 14 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
And last but not least, he's gonna try to dagger you with a 24 to hit.
Yep, that dagger's real good.
4 points of damage.
Cool.
Every
so
time.
No more temporary hit points, and then 1 off of my regular.
Constitution
You
saving
still
throw
had
for maintaining
temporary.
Constitution.
For my hex is 23. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so
I'm not getting rid of this shit.
This bandit here, he's going to think about what he's going to do.
Yeah, he better.
He's going to take a stab at Tarina. He jumps at her. He has advantage due to the fact that she is prone, but he rolled 2 8s. Thank you very much, roll 20.
Fuck off, roll 20. No, good job, roll 20.
Right.
So he does not hit Tarina, but that brings up Robin. He leapt at her.
He's gonna die.
Get him.
All right. Yeah, that hits.
You can use your hunter's mark. Oh, you put on the one dude.
It's fine. In case you
the arrow, like right into his throat, all the way up to the shaft of the arrow. Like you could see blood squirting from it, and his eyes are terrified. He's still alive and like bleeding to death. He's at 1.
I said, don't move. Grab another arrow. I'm pointing another arrow at him.
Cortana Redlocks.
All right. Cortana is going to not spells. Warhammer.
That hits.
Hey.
I roll so low.
5 bludgeoning damage. He's beginning to look a little worse for wear.
Beginning?
It's fine, we got this. Make sure he doesn't
Tarina is going to jump on top of this other bandit and grab the arrow and kind of like wiggle it around and do a point of damage so he dies.
Yes!
Yeah,
I like her even more now!
Yes.
Just like
take charge of your own
thrust it in more and then just rips it out.
Yep. Sarah Lynn, it's your go.
All right, try and stab him. 19 to hit.
19 is going to hit.
Sweet. That is a total of 6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage. Okay. That brings up Deadeye, which is his name. The cataract eye is the He's going to take a scimitar at Sarah Lynn, rolling a 9. He's going to roll an 11 with the scimitar and a 17.
That does hit.
For 7 piercing, the dagger is like this guy's.
It's his thing.
He wants to go after Sarah Lynn for some reason.
All right, well, I'm doing the most damage, maybe? I don't know.
That brings up Robin.
Does she look
Constitution.
okay?
Saving throw.
Does Tarina look okay? She is
yeah.
covered in blood.
Her blood or his blood?
Are you going to take a minute to find out?
No, I'm gonna go right here.
Okay.
And reach my hand out and like put my hand on her hand. And ask her if she's okay.
That's going to take. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's fine. She says. Yeah, it's all his blood.
I'm going to use my action as I put my hand on her hand to use healing hands. It's only 2 hit points, but it's.
She didn't even got hit, so.
I thought she got hit.
No, he rolled an 8.
Yeah, he tried, but really missed.
Okay, well then that's fine. Whatever.
You don't have to waste that.
Okay.
She's at 4.
But I'll still like touch.
You
her
try
hand
to like heal her and realize that she's right. That's all
okay.
of the other person's blood.
Okay. And
but she's covered in it.
10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to point the arrow I've got at him and tell him on your knees.
All right, roll an intimidation just at regular. Okay.
Maybe not. He's pretty cocky. With
Cortana.
So hold on.
Right.
I'm holding my action. If he reaches to hit, you said I didn't use that.
You didn't use the ability, but you tried to use the ability. So your action is gone for the turn, but your ability is still with you.
Okay.
But you're gonna like tell him that like another step and I'm gonna shoot you, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cortana.
All right. She said on your knees, so I'm going to like swing at him. It's a 16 hit.
He takes his scimitar and he knocks your warhammer out of the way. So you miss.
I was gonna aim for his knees and be like, "She said on your knees," and just
he swings that and like he parried your attack. He used his reaction. Tariana, she's gonna stand up and start kind of like wiping the blood off of her. Gonna use the guy's like clothes that was laying right here on the ground. Sarah Lynn.
I'm gonna stab at him. Ooh, 23.
Tried it two-handed. That's gonna hit for sure.
Yeah. Still have the hex. That's 14 total damage.
14 damage.
So
wow.
He is bleeding quite profusely, but he does not look like he's ready to give up yet.
Well, of course.
Yes, that's fine. Let everybody else know.
Takes a step forward towards you. He's going to one scimitar at Cortana with a 17.
No,
sorry.
barely missed.
Oh, Cortana. Okay.
And one at Sarah Lynn, which is a 9.
Nope.
Then he's going to throw the dagger at Robin.
Because you know that well.
Rolling an 18.
Yeah.
For 6 points of piercing damage to Sarah Lynn. Or to Robin, sorry. Yeah, and then a Constitution saving throw for the Hunter's Mark? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
Hey, Will, wouldn't that be a disadvantage? Does it ranged attack with an enemy right next to him?
It's technically a thrown attack.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let's see. What would be the other roll?
I still have Hunter's Mark. That's what matters.
Okay, so the other roll is a natural 20. It's disadvantage you with an 18.
Stop talking. It's fine.
That dagger. Let me tell you what.
Well, it's mine now.
Yep. It's in your list.
Okay, Robin.
Get him. Attack.
Right to his face. No, to his knee.
Mm-hmm.
To his knee.
I'm gonna try to take his legs out.
Okay.
He did not listen.
That hits. 7 points of piercing damage. All right, he's still alive, but bleeding profusely. So you hit him in the left knee, and he kind of buckles a little towards Sarah Lynn.
I'm gonna knock another arrow and just get ready.
Don't you have Hunter's Mark?
It's not until. Oh, I do. You're right. That is a D6. Thank you for that.
Hey.
I don't know why it did. Oh no, it's just 5. It shouldn't have been +1. Sorry. but still,
He
it's just 5.
he falls to that knee.
Yes.
He is the arrow sticking out of like his calf muscle. He's got his hand, clenched around the shaft of the arrow, and he's looking hatred and just really, really mean in your
Are you
general
saying
direction.
he was an adventurer until he took an arrow to the knee?
Probably.
I'm going to.
It was in the calf muscle.
I'm going to put the bow on the table behind me, pull the dagger out, and get ready to step toward him.
Okay, take another hit point of damage. Cortana.
Okay.
And we'll do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Swing my hammer at his knees again and be like, "She said on your knees."
Okay.
He is now.
Right to the like kneecap. I want to reach around and
The one
swing
that's
it.
still the one leg that's still
He's-
up.
he's
the
like
kneecap.
leaning.
I want to smash the kneecap in.
Okay.
Minimum
Luckily, he
damage.
had exactly 4 health
Hey!
left,
Oh!
so you bust his leg and kill him.
Robin, you
At the
can't
same
even stab
time.
him to death.
Oh, no. But here's the thing. I'm going to walk up to his corpse
Yep.
and
And
say,
still
the
stab
world
him?
does not abide those who abuse children. And just right between his eyes.
Great.
With his own dagger.
Beautiful.
After a couple of minutes, one of the serving boys come from downstairs, or the serving men, they come from downstairs, upstairs, and they kind of like look at the mess and just kind of like look at you guys. Can't believe fucking adventurers. And he goes back downstairs. Tarina, she crawls out from underneath the desk. Well, you're handy, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm collecting all my weapons since I've officially dropped them all over the room.
Everything.
I did. I dropped everything.
Half of any arrows you shot, you can retrieve. And while you are looking, you can see that tucked in Deadeye's vest is a pouch that contains some coins.
Hey.
32 gold pieces and 15 silver pieces.
32.
As you are collecting your arrows, you notice that he is also wearing 2 gold necklaces. A blackened gold ring with a white pearl set into it. Do you want to leave them on his dead body?
No, he doesn't need them.
The ring
Look.
itself is worth 20, or the 2 necklaces are worth 25 gold pieces each, and the ring is worth 125 gold pieces.
Ooh. 2.
So,
necklaces. Okay,
you
got it.
You did me my favor. Bloody, as it were, and not a scratch on me. This is what I know. Several blocks northwest of here is a public bathhouse with a walled garden and frolicking nymphs curved into the front gates. Followers of the Dead Three have been seen coming and going from the bathhouse, and I'm told there's a secret door inside that leads to a dungeon. That's where the killers are hiding.
Thank you.
Does she know where? Do you know where that secret door is inside? Like what it looks like, or?
I'm said that it's fairly easy to find. It's in one of the private massage rooms, I do believe.
I could use a massage after that fight.
Mm-hmm.
She slips a piece of paper towards you. My address for later?
I did not mean that type of massage.
Oh. Hands it towards Robin.
I'm gonna take it and write her name on it for myself better.
Oh, Robinson.
Did she write this while she was hiding underneath the table?
You suspect?
Oh,
Maybe she has a stack of them. They're cards about this big by about this tall.
She got business cards.
Yeah, she has business cards.
She's quite the pirate.
Yeah.
But you have heard
business
of me.
cards with their address on them.
So, please do me a favor and tell Zaj that my debt has been paid, won't you?
I mean,
If
like
we see him
halfway,
again, sure.
because we had to do a favor for you, so I.
I do believe that if you don't, then I'll tell him, but that's okay.
Perfect.
For some reason, I don't think we ever came here.
Will you be staying?
I mean, of all the places in town, this is probably the safest now, considering we just defended ourselves against all these people.
Is this a place we can stay, or is it just like a tavern for this game?
I do believe that the owner, what's her name again? Alan Aloth? I don't know.
Sorry.
Alanallyth. Alith. Alan.
Whatever.
Alith.
It's fine.
Yeah. There are rooms to rent, I do believe.
The shopkeep. I'll go back down and talk to her and find out how much the room, like a room, is, because we probably want to stay safe altogether.
Well, I have a larger room upstairs, the fancy guest suite. That is 10 gold for the night.
Sure, I'll take it out of the bag that I took off the dead guy.
Okay.
Dead guy.
She does reach behind the bar. She pulls out a key and she hands it to you. It is right next to the Umber Hulk dining room, the southwest corner of upstairs.
Great.
You guys now have a fancy bedroom suite in the southwest.
Ooh, with like a table in the next room? Or is that a bath?
That's a table and 4 chairs.
Damn it.
We're going to go to a bathhouse.
Public bathhouses.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, on the player side, how do I get rid of the turn order?
Just X. There's an X in the top right corner where it says turn order.
Normally there is when I'm a DM, but not when I'm.
Nope, it's gone.
Oh.
Okay, so I did that.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
Yeah. I put it over the chat block, so it didn't bother me.
Well, I put it like on the screen where I could see it in the recording, but I was like, how the hell do I get rid of it now?
Just let me know the next time I'll close it out.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So you guys have a room paid for the night. If you want to rest there, we're going to say that this tavern patron left and this tavern patron.
Yeah, they cycle in and out. Will you put Robin in here too?
Are you guys trying to get the benefits of a long rest, or are you guys trying to get the benefits of a short rest?
And I'm assuming it's close to night since we started at 1 and then spent a couple hours in here and ate dinner. So if it is nighttime, I bet it's long rest time.
If you don't have anything specific that you wanted to do between now and the end of the long rest, we can just go ahead and reset your characters like you receive the benefits of the long rest.
Okay.
That's fine. Come on, you guys got to do it too.
No, it's fine.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Flashback or flash forward past the long rest.
I was just trying to long rest. I'm gonna redo the Hex Warrior on my trident.
You can do that, but I believe you don't have to once you. It's like if you get a different weapon and you want to change it, you have to wait to the end of a long rest. Otherwise, it just stays on that weapon.
Benefits last until you finish a long rest, so I figured I had to do it every day.
That's fine.
We can just assume that I keep it on the same one unless I say otherwise, though, to save that repetition every time. Okay.
I just kind of always figured that was the way. You just always.
Yeah, it does. I just want to clarify though. It says you can touch one weapon that you're proficient in and that lacks the two-handed property. So you're saying that because this one is versatile, it's fine?
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't. You can use it two-handed, but it doesn't have the two-handed property.
Correct.
Great. I was just making clear. I wanted to make sure I wasn't changing rules.
I'm fairly certain that rules as intended.
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, it lacks a two-handed property, so it works for me.
Okay.
Rules is written, right?
Rules as written.
I'm fine with it.
Because you later gain the ability to do two weapons with two-handed properties also, if you choose to.
Rachel, we received the benefit of long rest, so you can adjust your character sheet accordingly.
Duh. So I'm being dumb right now for some reason, and I thought that having a trident be two-handed where I stab with both hands is the same as having one in each hand, which is the two-handed that you're talking about. And that's why I'm confused.
No, negative. There are specific weapons like the maul and the two-handed sword that say two-handed.
Okay,
you can't wield this weapon in any other way, and you have to use both hands on this weapon.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, the way they wrote it is they put that property on those weapons, and it lacks that property.
Okay, I'm good.
It can be, but it doesn't have to.
So during the long rest, I would split what I found. So that's 7 gold pieces to each of you guys.
Aww.
And 5 silver.
Okay. And that you removed the money from that one?
That was after I subtracted for the room. Yes.
And then are you keeping the jewelry?
Until we can find somewhere to sell it.
Okay,
and I'll split that too. I think we've been traveling that we have a certain level of trust, and I'm an honest character in this particular campaign, so
trust you.
I would.
I think we all are. On it.
February 13th of 2017. Jeremy Crawford. Two-handed and versatile are two different weapon properties. A reference to one is not a reference to the other.
And we're good.
Even better.
Even better.
Jeremy Crawford writes the rules, but the DM makes the calls.
Mm-hmm.
So I made my call, and I luckily backed it up with facts. So you guys have received the benefits of a long rest. The tavern patrons have been changed accordingly.
I am out of character a little worried about those 2 guys that got left behind downstairs. They didn't try to bust our room in or anything, or the ladies.
I think they're just gambling addicts.
Okay.
What 2 guys?
The guy by the door. They look like the ones that attacked us.
Yeah. Well, those 2 guys were part of the crew that was attacking you, and they were there to ensure that no one escaped. But after the rest of the crew got slaughtered, they went home.
Great. That was just my little fear, but we're good then.
We killed their boss.
The instigator was killed, so these guys were just like, nope, going home.
They noped right out of there. Okay.
You know my habit of watching the door, so I probably would have slept in my bedroll right next to it on the floor.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right. Next day comes, and you guys are at the Elf Song Tavern, having stayed in the fancy guest suite.
Was there breakfast?
There was breakfast. We're going to say that it was breakfast burritos consisting of pork sausage and eggs, as well as a little bit of bacon and some rolls.
Can I get some pocket bacon?
Most certainly can get some pocket bacon.
Great.
Just eat one of those.
Pocket bacon.
I say I put 3 in my pocket.
Okay.
And 8.
We'll consider that a day's ration.
Sure. I just want it for gambling with other people.
That's more of a snack.
We always go for the pocket bacon.
Yep. What do you guys want to do?
I don't want to do anything. I just
find 45 minutes left in the game. So.
We could go find that dude and just tell him that we had to make a deal to get the information, so she doesn't really get the write-off. But I also don't want to be interrupted anything else from him, so that's our call.
I don't want to deal with him.
Okay.
I feel like, as disgusting and ridiculous as it is, that's probably how things work around here. So
yeah,
I think he's probably just gonna laugh at us and
call us suckers for doing the work, anyways.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
But I would like to try to find some place to sell this jewelry.
There's several fences.
Great.
Pawn shops.
I mean, pawn shops.
They never give you what it's worth.
That is. They never give you what it's worth. I think we'd be better off just trying to trade it for stuff we need. Is there anything we need?
I don't know how many health potions you guys have, but I have 0. And I know we have a cleric, but sometimes a cleric goes down, and we need one for that.
So, is there a magic shop that
or
sells potions?
An apothecary.
Yes, an apothecary.
A general goods store.
You're welcome.
There is a store that sells magic potions. In fact, a well-known store that happens to be located within the lower city.
Is there an upper city?
Wherever we are.
You guys are currently in the lower city. The upper city is where all of the
rich people live.
Yeah, rich people.
That's where Cortana came from.
That's where my family lives.
Cortana, your last name is Redlocks. Do you have red hair? Is that like what that's?
I do not have red hair.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
I mean, you can make up any location. We'll just believe you.
I know, but there's actually one here, so I'm trying to find.
A name from my great grandpappy had red locks. That's where the name came from.
The name of the store is known as the Sorceress Sundries. A dome of stained glass roofs this tall, round shop, casting chaotic shafts of color drawn across several open-air floors that rise upon wooden pillars connected by staircases and ladders. The bottom floor acts as one of the most popular magic shops in the city. Inside is delicate-looking but magically warded walls. Customers can buy and sell all manner of curios and common magic items from the eccentric shopkeeper. Revillan Blackhand. He's got a withered right hand.
Oh. See, everybody else is named after something on them. Why aren't you Cortana?
My family used to have red locks, but...
Amber Alert.
Hey, same here.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's just buzzing, like it's not showing me the Amber Alert.
Do you guys want to go to Sorceress Sundries?
I mean, obviously, it sounds super cool.
It does.
With Blackhand.
All right. Let me you guys over to here.
I shun the red locks. That's why I don't have any.
Oh, of course.
Sorcerer Sundries.
I'm ashamed of my family.
Happens to be located right there on your map. That circle.
Just on the way, is there anything else cool that we're passing by that just looks intriguing or?
Looks intriguing. Passing by. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Going from Elsong Tavern towards Sorceress and Sundries. No.
Okay.
There unfortunately isn't anything. You do have to travel nearly all the way to Heapside. You are currently in Eastway, but
right.
No, there's nothing super fancy between you and the Sorceress Sundries.
Okay.
Not on a direct route. You'd have to go way out of your way to get to anything interesting.
Okay.
So you can arrive there, and Revillan Blackhand, the proprietor of the shop, is there.
Well, that's good.
Well, greetings and good day. Hello.
How are you doing?
Well, just fine, Les. Just fine. What can I do?
Wonderful. Well, we were hoping that you maybe had a health potion or something around here.
Oh, my darling. I always have the health potions.
Oh,
50 gold, and one of them is yours.
Well, we recently came upon some jewelry that none of us really want to wear. Any chance we could trade you for part of one, or, you know?
A few.
Let me see. Yes, I wouldn't mind taking a look at it.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll take the jewelry out and tell her we were hoping for, 3 or 4 just to get us by.
Do a persuasion then.
Because I'm helping, can that be an advantage?
Most certainly can be an
Great.
advantage.
Even better. Hey. That is not too shabby.
Well, let me see here. You have these 2 rings in this necklace, yes?
Yes, that were taken off the.
No.
We don't need to tell him that, dear.
Well,
Is there
but-
anything else you wish to put in for your health potions besides just these 3 items, or am I only considering these 3?
That's plenty.
a few gold pieces if I need to seal the deal.
Call it a tip.
For these 3 particular pieces of jewelry, I will happily trade you for 4 health potions.
That's fair.
Hmm.
I'll take that.
No tip needed.
Oh, you're too kind, sweetheart. Thank you.
That's a good deal, I think.
Slides the coins over to him with his withered black right hand. Take my strong hand. Yeah. Slides a little container, 4 vials of healing potion in a little wooden container. He sets it up on the counter and he slides it across.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Anything else for you then?
I know, I hate this as a DM. As I'm looking around, is there anything that just catches my eye, like anything that looks intriguing or...
Do a perception check.
Okay. I never know what's in the shop, so I don't want to... If you don't answer, that's okay. 18.
This is a magic shop. You imagine that there's a few things in here that would be useful as far as catching your eye goes. Nothing really fancy is kept right here on the first floor. You know that the more fancy stuff is kept.
Of course. So I've obviously
So,
been here before.
Yeah, there's lots of scrolls down here, +1 weapons of odd makes and stuff like that. Lots of things like that, but nothing fancy.
I think at this point, a +1 weapon's probably outside of my range of my 37 gold that I have currently.
Probably out of the range of my 117 gold too.
And this isn't like there's no weapons here that are not +1, so I can't just pick up another trident just in case I throw mine around.
There are no non-magical things sold at this particular store. This is Sorceress Sundries, my dear, not
I'm just checking.
Karl Mart.
I love Karl Mart. All right, I think that I don't... nope, just kidding. Okay, we're good. I'm good.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely, and for yours.
Have a great day.
All right.
Creepy, burned black hand. He just kind of waves.
So creepy. All right. Well, we've got some health potions now, so that's good.
Do we... I'm sorry to say this, Cortana. I feel like you probably shouldn't have the health potions. Just in case you go down, I want to be able to revive you, but you can do everybody else just fine.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, if I need them because I'm on a spell slots, I'll just take them off your body.
Yeah, perfect. Off my body. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 to my...
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's 2 and 2 for each of us.
Is it in the compendium? Health potion?
Maybe. Huh.
I could be just...
I wrote out...
Dang it. It's fine.
I wrote out a paper sheet just because, like, I like having one.
Yeah.
So I'm writing it on my sheet, and then, like, I can update the Roll20 here and there.
Yep. Sounds good.
What now, Brown Cow?
Make our way to the...
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. Diddly diddly doo.
Yes! You should be the bard.
I might just die and come back.
Do you guys want to proceed towards the bathhouse?
Yes, sorry, that's the word.
Yes,
I couldn't think of the word bathhouse for some reason.
Not downtown. That was just for fun. Where am I? Don't worry. Okay. I was going to say don't worry, I got it, but you figured it out.
All right. So, The bathhouse is a one-story stuccoed building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles. 10-foot-tall walls enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building. The closed wooden doors to the courtyard are engraved with images of smiling nymphs dancing and frolicking in the water.
This is the correct one.
This is a bathhouse that she referred you to. I think that you're going there right after the store, so it's day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Here you are at the bathhouse.
Great. I'll walk right in.
Okay.
You said that there are statues of dancing nymphs? Is that what you said?
Statues,
What's that? Statues depict dancing nymphs.
Is there like a front desk or anything?
So you're going to walk into the...
Yep.
The immediate area here is this L-shaped courtyard features a trimmed lawn and nicely manicured shrubbery. Great. The yard is decorated with white marble benches and stone fountains, each in the form of a smiling nymph, tipping a jug that spills water into a circular stone basin.
Great. So is there no front desk lady?
This is just a courtyard.
Zoom out. Great. I'll go through the courtyard to the front doors.
Okay, so
I want to inquire about the services.
You're at the front door. You can open the front door.
I'm going to walk right in. There's the front desk.
No, that is a bath.
Oh.
I was going to say,
there are
that's
naked
two
people
women
in that.
in a bath.
Yes. Is there any front desk?
The walls of this 20-foot-high pillared chamber are adorned with frescoes of bathing royalty. Natural light streams through stained glass windows, creating colorful patterns on the tiles of polished blue marble that cover the floor. 3 shallow sunken pools contain scintillating perfume-scented water. White marble benches bearing stacks of dry towels are situated near pools, each which comes equipped with a pair of brass faucets.
Okay.
Currently, there are 3 people bathing in here. There does not appear to be a front desk.
So I guess my question is then, do I have to pay for the bathhouse? Do I have to be of nobility to be able to use the, what do I know? I assumed that I would come here, talk to a front desk lady, get like an hour to bathe.
I think the question is, what do we know about typical bathhouse operations?
Because I am making the wrong assumptions here.
Typically, bathhouse is like this establishment. Don't particularly charge for you to take a bath. They do charge for the other amenities that they offer.
Like a massage.
This particular
laundry.
Bathhouse. Yes, things like that.
Okay, how do I get a massage?
You would have to go towards... There is no masseuse here in this particular thing, but there are 2 other doors. One to the north and one to the south.
Well, I don't want to interrupt anybody if they're being massaged, because that is frustrating, let me tell you.
Has that happened to you?
No. But
I can imagine
I've
it's
been to
really
somewhere
frustrating.
the walls are kind of thin, or there's like a gap above, and there's whispering somewhere. I'm trying to get my meditation on. Okay, so I guess I'm not even with the party. Come on. Let's go, Sarah.
Oh, great.
Okay, so then what I want to do, I guess, is just to go bathe and watch the doors and see if anybody comes out.
So are you going to take 10 minutes to doff your armor?
That sounds like a trap, because you asked it that way.
No, that's just legitimately what it takes to take
how long
your
it takes
armor
to
off.
take your armor off. What do you want me to say?
With my scale mail? Sure. I'll take
and then 10 minutes to put it back on, right?
It'll be fine. Nothing here is going to be a battle. It's fine.
All right, so you can climb in. Which particular tub are you going to climb?
The one that nobody's in. I don't want to be part of it.
On entering the water, Sarah, please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Wait, I lost my character sheet. Hold on. There it is. Good thing I'm good at that. 8. And to the record, I actually have proficiency in it. I know, I jinxed myself. Okay.
You settle down into the warm bath water. You feel the perfume start to assault your senses and start to make you feel relaxed. And just as you begin to feel all of your muscles individually relax, you hear the sound of sails snapping in the breeze. All of a sudden, you can smell the fresh salt air and hear the sounds of the ocean. Even though all around you is surrounded inside, your vision goes completely white. You can't see anything in front of your eyes. You can only hear the sounds of the sea, the sounds of a boat, and the sounds of the sails. Just as quick as it comes, your panic sets in and it goes away.
Okay.
You're returned back to the tub in which you sat. Sit up, startle, look around.
That was so relaxing. I guess my whole point was to like watch for people coming out, but if that happened, I probably didn't see anything.
To you, it feels like you've been sitting in the tub for about 15 minutes. She's been in the tub for about maybe 2
minutes.
I will move up here and doff my armor and join this person.
She nods when you enter the pool.
Well, like kind of like not like verbally, but kind of like give like a gesture. Like, is it okay? Like,
It's she's.
And in
she's
terms
fine.
of like, she doesn't mind if I
She
join.
does the same thing. Yeah.
Have we seen anybody in the time we're here, like, doing laundry or taking people's clothes or bringing people's clothes back or
I want
anything
somebody
like
to
that?
work here. Sorry.
At this moment in time, you haven't noticed any employees yet.
I'm still
It's only been like 5 minutes.
I know,
But
I
I'm
just
in
thought
10
maybe
if we
we'd see
doff their
somebody
armor.
wander.
Yeah,
True.
well,
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
10 minutes, long enough for you guys to take off your armor. And so after about 15 minutes, the door to the north room opens. A person comes out, asks a question from this person, and asks, like, whispers something to this person.
Interesting.
Comes over towards the pool where Sarah is, leans down.
Hi, sweetheart. Sorry, female.
Uno momento, por favor. To find out and answer your question accurately.
Do they look like a worker or a really relaxed, massaged person?
A female human woman.
Okay.
She kind of squats down a little bit. She looks at you and says, "Care for a massage?"
Oh, I'd love to. How much are your services, dear?
Oh, it's but 1 gold piece.
Oh, then absolutely.
For
And I'm going to pick
30
up
minutes.
all my armor
Okay.
and walk over to the room.
All right. She takes you.
But ass naked, just holding your armor.
Yeah. Just holding my,
It's really not.
I don't want to take the time to put it on and then have to take it off again for the massage, so I'm just going to like waddle over with it.
I don't think it's an uncommon thing.
No, I know.
It's probably not.
It's kind of funny.
Before they like get back to the room, I'd like to ask her if they have laundry services.
Are you feeling dirty?
We killed a bunch of people, and I haven't.
True, you're right.
She looks at you and she says, "Yes, we can have your laundry done for a silver."
Great. What about my compatriots? Is it a silver each?
Will you also be receiving a massage?
Oh no, just a bath for me.
Can you wash my clothes?
Yes, I suppose. Yes, 3 silver each.
Okay, I will pay to have everyone's laundry done,
Wait,
including
each or
mine.
total?
When
Rewind. It was one a piece before.
yes, it's 3 for all of our clothes to be laundered.
But he said each, so I don't want to pay him 9 if it was 1
She
before.
said each. She said each. Once the price went up, once Robin said that she wasn't getting a massage.
Well, mine should be 1 because I am getting a massage.
Are you confronting her, or are you just saying this? Because I'm not sure if
No,
you're in
I'm
character
just-
or not.
But mine should still be a silver piece because I am getting a massage. So can you just tack it right on?
Yes, I suppose.
Well, thank you.
Well, fine.
dear.
Then I'll just pay 3 for me, and y'all can do your own laundry.
You're going to need to get out of them. We don't wash them with you in them.
No, I'm taking them off.
As Sarah Lynn walks towards that room, I'm going to use my mind link, and I'll use my actual action to link us together for an hour. And in her head, she'll hear, "You can mentally contact me if you need us."
I imagine we probably had to do this
we've
before.
done this before. We're good. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't do that at all. Can I? Do I know if I can just like quiet, like in my head, respond and you'll hear it?
Yeah. It's as long as I use my action to link us together for an hour, you can respond back for that hour.
Okay, then I'll in my head respond that it's this room and there's something different about the north wall.
Okay.
This room contains a massage table draped in plain towels. Bottles of perfume stored under the table are used to scent the poles in area D2. Natural light enters through a stained glass window set into the south wall.
Oh, this is just lovely.
Yes. She indicates to lay down.
Is there any can I make like a show of laying down and walk around the table and just like take a glance at the thing that's weird about the north wall?
You just having walked in here can tell like there's a line.
Okay.
And then like there's scrapes on the floor. It's like they're not even really trying very hard to hide it. She sees you looking and
I was being
looks
sneaky.
in this. Well, she sees you looking and like looks in the same way and just doesn't seem to say anything.
Okay, cool. Then I'm definitely just gonna lie down on this table and I'm gonna be the kind of massage person that doesn't talk during the massage.
As you lay down, I see you've noticed.
Yes, I'm trying to join this cult that I've heard is here. And so I've heard rumor that this is like the entrance. So I'm so sorry I looked. I was just kind of curious to see where it was.
I don't know anything about any cults.
Oh, what's that line?
The basement levels?
Oh. Maybe I'm in the wrong bathhouse, dear. I'm so sorry.
The cultists, you say?
I just heard some bathhouse somewhere has some cult following or something.
Listen. I know that Mortlock is down there and that he's running some sort of shady business out of the basement. But if there's a cult here, then I'm sorry. I need to go talk to my supervisor.
Wait, can I have my massage first?
She turns around and walks
away. Dang it!
You threw out the cultist word.
I was hoping that she was part of it.
And she turns around and seems
well, it's a gamble. Either she's a part of it or she's appalled by it.
Now she's going to alert people.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have help then.
Can I insight like what
Depends
the
on who
fuck
she
when she
alerts.
walks out of the room?
Can I tell them that I accidentally dropped the C-bomb and that?
You can tell Cortana for sure. You can roll an insight. Yes. Go ahead and roll your insight. Hold on a second. You're communicating with her, letting her know what just happened.
Yeah.
Roll your insight.
What?
Roll your insight.
Oh, yes. Because, I mean, they weren't in there that long.
No.
And then she comes out.
Ran out.
That's a little weird.
You've known these people well enough, but maybe fish people have tails. She came out of the room, looked extremely worried, and headed like beeline, like business, like straight across, and then like slammed the door behind her.
I mean, for the record, she just saw my naked body walk across with the stuff on. But yeah, for some reason,
I
mean,
you don't really know what transpired, but you do know that the person that came out of the room is extremely worried and like businesslike.
I will step this way.
Grabbing my bow, grabbing my quiver.
No, we're naked. Don't
naked straight for the room. I don't care.
Okay.
But like, I'm gonna step this way, and before you're even there, be like, I will relay what she just relayed to you, telepathically.
let's say that you guys are traveling across the room as you guys are discussing this. Wind up there because like she's hurrying towards the door and you're trying to explain the information. You're right outside the door. Yeah. But yeah, she's relayed the information. Now you know that the word cultist was dropped and the person that worked here didn't seem to like that. You guys can hear a little bit of like arguing coming from the south room.
From the south?
Yes.
Like from that room that the lady went to.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still gonna go check on her. Like that's my whole job here.
Okay. As you open the door, Sarah Lynn, wisdom saving throw.
I love these. These are so good. 17.
Hey.
Okay. The door opens up and Robin comes barging in.
Are you gonna massage me instead? Because that lady ran
No,
mentioned the CULT downstairs.
Well, she came out looking...
I'm following right behind her.
Oh, she tells you already, I'm sure. Do y'all want to take down the cultist naked? Because the door's right there.
What this southern accent from you? Well,
I mean, they're not going anywhere. We probably shouldn't take.
I think we should
shouldn't take them down naked.
Don our stuff before we head down.
Wash it though.
Hold on. Okay, because we're taking a minute to talk this over.
No one has come in to retrieve your clothes yet.
Right. It's all gone.
No, I know. It's okay. Just hold on.
Oh, sorry. No one's come to retrieve them, so it's still with us? Oh, okay. Maybe I'll
You have relinquished coin for services, but you have not received said services yet.
Oh, I already paid for this shit? I want it still. It's okay. It was an entire gold and an entire silver for this BS. I'm just gonna start like with my leggings, like just start getting a little bit more dressed.
Okay.
Just in case we decide to go down. I wanted to start donning.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be donning mine.
As you guys are putting your stuff on, it takes a few minutes, but she does come back. I imagine at this point in time you are all in the same massage room, putting on your armor and clothes and stuff like that.
Okay.
She walks in, kind of like looks at the three of you guys getting dressed, and then like, I'll come back.
Wait, I want my massage still, please.
What?
I paid for my massage. I kind of want it. Like
You're getting dressed
yesterday. Yeah, but we didn't know if you were gonna come back to throw us out, and I don't want to be thrown out naked. But if you aren't gonna throw us out, I would love my massage still.
Listen, I'm going home for the day. Okay, so if you want a refund, then see my supervisor. He's in the south room. Okay.
Okay.
I need to look for new employment because if there's cults involved, I don't want anything to do.
Girl, I hear you. If we're successful, maybe just check in a couple days, see if they're gone, if you can't find new employment. But I wish you the best of luck.
I'm going to direct her to like my my church and inform her about like, hey, if you need protection from the cult and help find a new job, we can help you.
Plus, if you get them massages, they'll just give you anything. You can be a church masseuse.
Just stop. Have a nice day.
Have a great day, dear. Bye. When I continued,
I don't think she could have been any more uncomfortable.
Yes. Okay. So you don your armor.
And I
I'm gonna take
go get my refund.
I'm gonna take the time because I don't know what we're gonna do. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put my leather armor on covered in. I think that'll be more intimidating. I was gonna go clean it in the bathwater, but no, this will
like a bath.
After you guys have fully doffed all of your gear again,
Dawn.
Then a few minutes later, a very androgynous-looking humanoid walks into the room.
Great.
Can I holds out one gold and one silver towards you.
Oh, thank you, sir. But I think they also had some money in the services you provide.
I didn't order any clothes.
I think that was paid. You can just take it. I don't care.
Have a good day.
Wait, do you know anything about Mortlock?
Yes, a little bit.
What do you
What
know
is it
about
that you
him?
want to know? Mortlock is the youngest of the Van Thampor sons. At this name there, Cortana, your hearing perks up. You know this to be one of the Council of Four names. The four leading Priatar families that rule over Baldur's Gate. Van Thampur. VANTHAMPUR.
That's what I spelled out. I did it.
He tells you, yes, Mortlock came like 2 weeks ago and has been running some business out of the basement, but I run a very respectable establishment and I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
So,
I was really looking forward to that massage.
When a family member of the high-ranking Pirates, you can't really deny them if you want to keep your business.
No, I totally
And
understand that.
we don't judge you
and
for not stopping him.
they own this particular bathhouse. I do believe that the Duchess, she built this particular place to hide whatever was down there.
So you definitely can't tell him no. I understand. It's not. You're not part of what's going on.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, sir. But if we come back, I'll pay double for that massage. I really want one.
Perhaps.
Triple. We'll talk about it when I come back. We'll just figure it out.
Yes. Will you be staying long?
Depends on what's
we'll
down
see.
there.
We're just gonna go meet Mortlock and just talk about his business.
Understood. He or she turns around to leave. They turn around to leave.
Yes.
We're not assuming genders here.
No, we don't. She did say my supervisor, he's in there, so I just assumed that.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right, so
Promise not to misgender a goblin in this campaign.
Right. Is this door yeah, that stupid goblin. I loved her.
This door easily pushes open once you locate it. It pushes open and you can see a set of stairs that descend into darkness, as well as a putrid sewer-like smell that rolls right out of the door, smacks you all in the face as soon as the door opens.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to go back and make sure I just stuff. Because I really only...
Go back and make sure you what?
Have all my stuff. I said I grabbed my bow and my arrows, but I didn't exactly...
You've got all of your gear.
Okay. We're all donned.
Sarah.
Yes, sir?
Wisdom saving throw.
Another... Is it that stupid bath water? Because I think that Cortana was in there, too.
So was I.
Ooh, natural 20.
I was in a different bathwater.
I know.
Than you.
I picked the wrong bath.
I was in the same bath.
Oh. Yes.
Your vision again turns white.
And I love that ocean.
You are hearing again the sounds of a ship, the sounds of sail, but at this time you can hear voices in the background. You can't make out any words being said, but you can clearly hear what sounds like song, like perhaps a shanty that's sung at sea on a long voyage.
Is it that same one as that lady was singing?
No, it is not. You can't quite make out the words. It seems to be in a language you're not familiar with.
That's unfortunate.
And just as quick as it comes, it goes again.
Ladies, I've been having some weird, like, whiteout blackouts. Can you just keep an eye on me in battle? Because I'm a little concerned I might white out during something important.
What happens when you white out?
What do you mean a whiteout?
I smell the sea, and I feel like I'm on a ship, and there's some singing, but I don't know the words. Can I sing the words to them in case they know the
You can do a history at disadvantage.
Great. I'm so excited.
You don't understand the language, so it's difficult to...
5.
Yeah.
It goes like that. Don't you know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that
song. That's not it, but you came real close.
No. But I'll definitely keep an eye on you now.
Please. It's only happened twice in my life. Like, has it happened before?
It's never
3
happened to
times.
you.
Okay. It's happened only twice now. But like, I don't know. It might be the sea water that I was sitting in or something about the smell, but I just don't know what's happened. I'm a little afraid.
I am not taking my eyes off of her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well-
Okay, we're ready to go down?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go.
I'm going to. I
Grab
will
your tokens.
cast light on the. What do I want to cast light on?
I'm taking your tokens, so don't freak out.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah!
Ah!
Do you want to light on a coin or some sort of jewelry or maybe your sword?
Oh, my warhammer. I'm gonna cast on the pommel of my warhammer. I will cast light.
You know, I've heard rumors that eventually I can like just let you see in the dark. I think
should
next
have
level I get to cast darkness.
recentered you guys onto a set of stairs going down.
Hey.
This particular chamber seems to be flooded with a foul-smelling water.
Like sewer.
There's a set of stairs that descend into darkness, and there's a room ahead of you. Does anybody want to step into the room?
Okay, wait. Can I, without stepping into the room, like try to figure out what this water is, or is that out of my purview as far as
Do a nature.
Nature check incoming. 12.
This looks like it's probably runoff from the local sewers. It's not something that you want to drink, but it's not like
it's not gonna poison me or anything.
You know,
it's not
just
acid or
not walking in is not going to hurt you. Ingesting it probably would hurt you.
Okay, so I will not drink it. Sorry.
So these corridors and staircases are hewn from limestone.
Ooh.
They are 5-foot wide corridors with an 8-foot high ceiling. This room has a 9-foot high ceiling that is braced with wooden beams.
I'm
We
going
came down real
to
far.
rip some cloth from just my shirt and stuff it up my nose because it probably stinks down here pretty bad.
The bottom of the staircase is empty. The flooded foul waters is about 2 feet deep.
Good thing I'm not too short. Come
Well-
on, let's go.
It looks like we're going wading, folks.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you want to check this out?
I mean, I'm like a fish, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think that this is the type of water you'd like to swim in, but
No, probably. Are there any beasts that breathe water in this pool of sludge?
Are you going to take a moment to reach out?
Alligators, sure.
You aren't really in the room.
Well, I'm sorry. When I come into the water, can I check? Or actually, no. Without coming in the water, can I see any like movement in the water?
Do a
Is
perception
there any
check.
bubbles or okay? Nope. That's really good.
Yep. Doesn't look like there's occasional drip,
Okay.
drip, drip.
so realizing that my bow is probably not going to be very good in here, I'm going to have my short swords out,
Mm-hmm.
and I will step to right here.
The water
Imagine-
sloosh, but
Yeah, gross.
I have both my warhammer and shield drawn.
When did I
Sarah,
right now?
as you step into the water, did you want to reach out and see if there's animal life with your Triton ability?
Yeah, I have my emissary of the sea where I can communicate. So I guess that I'm just gonna like out loud try to communicate that we're looking. Or no, I want to see if there's anything dangerous out here.
Island, lots of danger. You hear this? No one else does.
Can I ask where?
Well, it's a sea. Anywhere.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Or madam.
Are you talking out loud?
Yes.
She's talking out loud, but you guys don't hear what I say.
Yes, I'm absolutely talking.
Who are you
out loud.
talking to?
I don't know. There's
Who are you
something in
talking-
the
'cause,
water
like-
talking back.
What?
I can talk to
I'm not
fish.
in the water.
she's-
I'm not
she's-
in the water.
Oh, but I can only communicate simple ideas with beasts that breathe water. So are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, great. Where are you? And I look up.
I'm over here.
Oh, can I tell where?
Do another perception check.
Great.
I'm looking really nervous at Cortana right now.
10.
Like, what is happening?
Not me.
She's talking to nobody.
You don't see anything.
Nope, I don't see anything. Well, I appreciate your help. I'm not sure where you are or who you are, but you're really
Me?
useful. So thank you
Lass?
so much.
My name is Stingray.
Your name is Stingray?
Yes.
Are you a stingray?
Well, perhaps.
Is that why they named you that?
It's not why they named me that. No.
Oh, why'd they name you Stingray?
Well, because I sting.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, do you know if we should go straight down this passage or down the other one to get to the Mortlock dude?
Don't rightly know.
Well, I guess we'll just flip a coin. Thank you so much for your time, Stingray.
You gonna leave me?
Well, you want to come too?
Sure and heck ain't wanting to stay here very much now, is it?
Come on down.
Well, I can't move.
Oh, why can't you move?
Because I don't know. It's just cold.
Okay, you're
It feels
cold?
very hard all around me.
Oh, no. What? Hold on. I gotta figure this little
Who
thing out.
are you talking to?
I don't know. There's some dude or something named Stingray who's stuck in something cold, and I don't see. I feel kind of warm down here with all this warm sludge, So I'm not really sure where this thing is. But if you want to help me look, that might be useful. I don't think this is related to
her phone was
my
locked up
whiteouts.
on her.
What?
Her phone locked up on her.
Uh-oh.
She disappeared. She might have missed what you said.
That was really weird.
Also, you and Peyton switched spots on my things. Oh, no, we're good. Okay. Did you get on any
there we
of
go.
that?
Sorry. No.
Okay.
I was.
It's okay. We'll
Go
just
ahead.
rewind. There's this thing named Stingray who stings, and that's why he's called that. And I don't know where he is, but he's somewhere cold. And with all the sludge, I'm feeling kind of hot. So, if you could help me look for him, he wants to come too.
I'm gonna kind of put my bow and my arrow back and just kind of grab her face gently and really look at her eyes.
Okay.
I'm not sure she said she'd been blacking out and whiting out. She's not really, so I'm just trying to make sure she's not insane.
Do a medicine check. She doesn't sound insane. She sounds like she's talking to somebody, but that sounds insane.
No, I'm serious.
I can talk to people mentally.
Actually, I need to finish reading this thing. The end says that they can understand the meaning of the words, but I have no special ability to understand them in return. So I might not have gotten any of that.
No, everything that's transpired so far is transpired.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't cheating the system by getting words.
Okay,
back.
so what did this
Hello?
person say exactly about where they were?
Okay, he said it was cold and he was stuck or something. He couldn't.
Are you
move, but
still
he
there?
wants to. I'm still here. Don't worry, Stingray. We're looking for you. Are you
So
in the wall or
I'm-
something?
Mine could be.
You don't know.
I'm gonna
Hold.
kind of circle the walls around the room and just kind of really try to
Do an
see
investigation.
You can't.
I
hear
see a
Stingray?
body or something.
Can you see the light from my friend's mace?
No,
can you see anything?
No, I'm sorry. Everything's all dark.
I am absolutely convinced that you're insane.
I might be.
I'm gonna like stick
sure
the pommel of my mace like in the water to illuminate the water some.
Are you underwater? Are you in the sea?
I don't feel no water.
Don't feel, but you feel cold and like
The last thing you remember.
What's the last thing you remember?
Before being stuck.
Before being stuck.
Well, it was cold, and yeah, there was a bit of water, and then it was just stuck. Before that, I don't seem to recall anything.
Okay, so there was some water, and it was cold, and then he got stuck, and that's the end.
Cortana, please roll an investigation.
Investigation. Cool. Investigation. Come on.
Now, am I hearing this like I'm hearing it out loud, or is it in my head? Can I tell that at all?
It seems to be
in your head.
It's just like when Cortana does it.
I knew. It's just like when what? Oh, when
Cortana
talks to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some interior voice. Are you like stationary? Or are you like part? I don't know what's happening here.
I can't move on my own. So
move on your
cold, wet, and stuck. That sounds like.
Sounds like you're in like a statue or like maybe like a gem. Maybe you're stuck in a gem. That'd be kind of cool. Is there any color around you? Do you know colors?
Yes, I know colors.
Great.
Listen,
that's a start.
If it answer me a question,
yes,
and then perhaps I can help. Where would you rather be right now?
Like other than in a sewer underneath a bathhouse?
Yes.
That freaking massage that I was cheated out of because I said the wrong things would be great.
Oh. Well, then I guess you're just gonna have to keep looking for me.
Shit.
I'm gonna. I really don't know what's happening, but I heard there was water and I was cold, and now I'm stuck. So, against all better judgment, because this place is disgusting, I'm going to take a deep breath.
Oh no! Wait! I can do it.
And try to like fish around if I have to go partly under to see if there's bones or something under the water.
Okay. Roll another investigation.
This is going to be so great. It's better than the last roll.
It is much better than the last roll. Searching that corner of the room, the floor underneath of you feels sort of slimish. And like
unnaturally disgusting.
Layer of goo.
How far away are you able to talk to these fish things?
I don't know. It doesn't say in my Emissary of the Sea trait and racial thing. But I've used this before, and as long as I can see it, I don't know if that's...
I'm just wondering if this thing is further down. There's water. Like,
oh, are you in this first room, or are you? You don't know this either, do you?
It's dark.
It's dark where you are.
It's dark. It's cold, and it's hard.
Dark and cold and hard. Well, I guess you asked me if I was going to take you with me, and I don't know where you are. So we are going to move on, and I'll just see if we can find you further in this little cave thing.
But I'm fairly certain that you're close.
Oh, can I like ping this shit or something? Like, does he get louder when I move?
Okay, where are you going to move to?
I'm going to move to the other side of the room and keep talking to him as I go, and just be like...
As
Marco!
You are walking through the room, right about there, your toe hits something, and you hear, ow!
Oh! You stubbed my toe a little bit there, I think. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to reach in and pull out the thing that I touched with my toe.
So
you guys, it's so hard not to metagame.
I know. It's great.
So you reach into the dank, nasty water, and you feel around, and you feel something long and hard. Feels like a weapon of some sort, like a piece of a sword, potentially. You pull it from the water, and you pull out what appears to be a white-colored scimitar.
say
with
light
a
or white? Sorry.
white
Okay.
colored scimitar with a pommel the shape of seas at
Anemone.
no, like the waves of the sea cresting and breaking, and the very top of that you get a blue sapphire, and there's a couple of dolphins where the handguard itself is.
Okay.
Looking closer at the sword, you realize that it seems to be made out of coral reef.
Ooh. Stingray.
And it
Sword
says
is sentient.
it's
This sounds like a warlock weapon.
wow. Greetings.
Well, hello. How are you?
Fine now.
How long were you down in that mucky water? I'm gonna like wipe it off a little bit and see all the beautiful parts.
It's very beautifully crafted. Seems to be one solid piece of coral reef that has been carved in the likeness of a scimitar with this special hilt on it. I don't rightly know. Been some time that I was away.
Interesting. Well, I guess you want to come along, huh?
If you care to take me with, then
I
I
don't
would love to
mind.
go.
I guess we'll just go.
As of this moment in time, you have a +1 scimitar.
Hey.
+1 to attack. +1
You
to
found Stingray. I'm
I
so
found
excited.
Stingray.
Stingray has the ability to communicate with you telepathically.
Okay.
Those are the things that you know.
Scimitar. I don't know how to get that in my thing, but that's okay.
And that sword is literally perfect for her character.
No, it's a
gonna be
sword from
danger,
previous
I can tell.
campaigns, but it's so much fun.
It's from
It's
what?
a great. It's from previous campaigns.
I thought I
it was
recognized the
actually
name.
something. Yeah, Bill used it for a while because he had a swashbuckler. But
Gotcha.
yeah, it's a very fun sword.
It's my homebrew magic item.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And it's a +1 sword that communicates
Telepathically.
and that's the end of that.
This is what you
For
know
now.
about it right
Okay.
now.
And
It
do I have
requires
to-
attunement.
Yeah.
It requires attunement. It's +1 to hit, +1 to damage, and it has a personality.
Great.
You'll have to discover the rest as we go along. I think this is a perfect time for us to be all like
Sounds like
done for the night.
You
can
found
explore the dungeon. I
Stingray.
wanted to give that to you before we ended, and
Aw,
it's down
took
here.
so long. Okay, it's fine.
Don't worry, there's something each in here for each one of you guys.
Aw.
Not necessarily this particular dungeon,
But somewhere in the game.
Yes.
you'll find
Okay, I have my
eventually.
+1 scimitar. And I will tune to it when we sleep next or whatever, because it takes an hour.
You are already attuned.
I'm already attuned to this thing. That's so nice.
That was your very first wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
You failed miserably, so you were attuned to it.
Great.
He
have that
chose
thing now.
you.
The next two are to maintain the attunement. So had you failed those, you would have broke attunement. So you
Gotcha.
passed.
So I am,
Yeah,
but I can't put my hexblade thing on it until I have a long rest because it's
correct.
day. Okay, cool.
Correct. But a scimitar is a finesse weapon, so you could use your strength or dexterity if you felt like using it.
I don't know which one's better. But if I do the thing with the hex, I can change it to charisma, which I know is fairly high.
Correct.
Strength and dexterity are
Correct.
the same for me. Great.
Oh, there you go. Mhm.
Can you do it over a short rest?
No.
It takes an hour.
Well, the
Oh no,
the hex or the hexblades thing is a once per day, and then at a long rest, it resets basically.
Hey, you guys. We did a whole session of roleplay practically.
Well, there's a little bit of fighting in there.
There was like a small fight.
Yeah.
and the
we
rest
kicked
was
their
roleplay.
butts.
We kicked their butts so hard. That was
We'll
fun.
play for the win!
Hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies, very much. We will continue with this particular dungeon under the bathhouse when we meet again, which should be in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Unless, of course, anybody's hankering and wants to really play next week, let me know.
I have to move into a condo, but you guys can just drag me along until I come back if you wanted to play again. But
It's all good.
I should be in my condo next time we play.
Yay!
Yay!